Hello everyone and welcome to the STPL. My name is Kix. Joining me over that side is Rapid, and we're here for another day of STPL action.
That's right, Kix. I twisted my ankle earlier yesterday when I in my own apartment, not doing
Whoops.
anything exciting. I have to travel 10 feet. I just can't do it sometimes. So I do not want to move out of my computer chair. So I will be staying here for as long as I humanly can until at some point I need to buy food, and then I can have it delivered for free because I live in South Korea.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
now, while I'm an invalid, I get to be imprisoned in my chair. At least I can cast some StarCraft.
Yeah, and Bulldog was going on about getting a Mega Drive, so I just got my Mega Drive mini box out and just showed it on stream because I already got one. So
A
yeah.
Mega Drive? Oh my gosh.
Or Genesis, just in case you're not sure what that is. Because I know they call it
Wait, did they
Genesis in
literally
America.
call it a different... Wait, no, it's not
Yeah.
called something else.
Yeah, it's called Mega Drive in Japan and Europe, and in America it's called Genesis for some reason.
Kicks, my whole life is a lie. What?
Did you?
I thought there were two different consoles.
Nope.
Because
Same
like
thing.
people used to joke about it being for the Sega Mega Drive, and I just thought that was something like Betamax VHS tapes.
No.
Oh
Nope.
my god.
Uh,
Mind equals blown.
I guess when
Crazy
you
kick.
grow up on like American advertising, then that's all you
Why would
see.
they call it something stupid and different in other...
I don't know. Mega Drive,
Clearly,
I guess, sounds
Genesis is
nerdy.
the superior name for it.
No, no. I don't
Mega
know.
Drive kicks? Is it a Giga Drive? No. It's a Mega Drive, okay? Is it an Ultra Drive? No, it's a... No, see? Genesis. It's the best.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd bring up the player table while we're doing that. I won't show the team ranking yet, we'll show that off at the end, just because obviously until all the teams have played their games, doesn't really matter. But the player table, looking similar to how it was before. A couple of players have added their names on there, and we'll see a good number of these players playing today as well, so we'll be able to see if they extend their lead. And having a look at the first matchup we're going to have, it's going to be DM versus Nice.
Hold on, I had to spam you to start the game first. But yes, DM versus Nice. I want to see Nice do well. They're one of our new teams this season. Obviously, DM kind of struggled last season, but they do have a very strong, at least Protoss lineup, which should be a strength that they have over Nice, who is currently struggling in that regard. But once again, the stats are not completely equal because Nice is new this season.
Yeah, and I'm 100% certain that there is some weird thing going on with the statistics there because it's saying DM at 30 wins, 3 losses against Protoss. So I was messing with it yesterday, and apparently I've not fully tested things. So maybe that's right, maybe it's wrong. I'm not sure. We'll find out
No, it's
after
definitely not right.
the
It's
cast.
probably... Yeah, it's way less than that. Somebody's saying like 10 and 13. I love it
To be fair, the
when
DM.
Ioken sees like the Terran win rate. It's so funny.
I guess one thing to point out is DM didn't really have that many Terrans before, and Kiri kept not showing up for his games in Season 1. So just having a look at the lineups for today, we're going to start with the ZVT between Yop and Chef Kev. We're going to have a PVZ between Tech and Hawk. We're going to have a TVT between J1 and Chobo. And we're going to have a TVZ between Kiri and Essen. So that should be kind of cool.
Okay, I'm still just gonna call him Nice Kicks. His name is Nice backwards. He's on a team Nice. Ha ha ha. We get it. You can spell your name backwards. So just throwing that out there. If you guys are like, I'm so confused when Rapid calls Essen Nice, I'm like, okay, my dude, like, you're probably gonna be confused by a lot of things in life. So just learn to love it.
Well, the worst thing is it's me that gets confused when you do that, because then I start doing it. But have a look at the stats. Yop has only played 2 games, so not much to go off there, but he is 50% win rate in it. He did lose to Eon Tag, 1 against Scarfs. And his opponent is going to be Chef Kev, who did win against Mafias in his first game. So not really too many statistics for either of these players, but having a look at the map, we're going to be heading into, it's going to be Multiverse. Now, Multiverse has given us some really cool games so far, including some really cool TVZs, and one that was a little bit less good, if you remember that game.
I was just looking in chat. I thought that Nice was trying to make a joke, but in case you're wondering, Nice stream a lot of their content on Nice Community. It's a Twitch channel, so I mean, also kind of haha, I get it, but also apparently Awe is subbing in for Essen, so I won't even get a chance to make all of my dumb Nice jokes, but there it is.
Well, I guess that's what we'll find out as we get into game number 1. It's going to be Yop versus Chef Kev. Okay, now starting us off in the bottom left-hand position, we do have the dark... Oh, sorry, we've got the black or grey Terran fighting for Nice. It's Chef Kev.
And his opponent, much worse at cooking things, is Yop.
You know, I only just got that. Oh, man.
What?
That... I was like, what is he going on about cooking things for? And then it suddenly hit me.
Oh my god, Kicks, you're so dumb. You don't admit that, okay?
Oh, it's fine.
Keep it to yourself next time.
There's only 44 people here. No one will ever find out. It's okay.
Yeah, chat scrolling too fast to know that Kicks didn't get my joke.
It's cool. We'll get there. It's
yeah. Nyoken has a very valid point. First your Mega Drive, now this. You're just not killing it today.
It's fine, but Mega Drive, I mean, it's definitely the right one, so it's all good.
Wait, so if I have a Sega Genesis game from America, can I put it into a Mega Drive and it'll still work?
I actually don't know. I never owned a Mega Drive back in the day, so huge shout-outs to King Nemu even, for gifting Nyoken a sub, so now I can use all of the cool emotes rather than spam everyone else's.
My favorite Team Liquid poster. Every time I read one of his posts, I gain new brain cells. Yeah, big fan. Anyway, to talk about the game itself, these spawns are ludicrously close by ground. So if you're unfamiliar with Multiverse, it's got a bunch of neutral buildings that make it very, very far away by ground, but also even farther away by ground if you break down the assimilators.
Yeah. This is a really cool map. The way the spawns are set up, I think we're probably going to have a quicker game, just because if it does get to lair, obviously Spy are going to be very, very strong, and it's whether or not Chef Kev can actually hold it off, but we don't actually have a hatchery yet, so we did see a 9 pull, and the hatchery is still being blocked, so it's going to be a little bit before that expansion can come up.
Am I watching like a pro block a hatchery? No, it's an SCV. They can do that too. Even though they're like the second best worker, clearly, sometimes they can get the job done. I'm just actually a little bit morally offended the eBay block wasn't, more. I hate to see Zergs get free hatcheries. But now, of course, the Zerglings are out, and the first 2 are headed across the map to scout. Obviously important to not have it be a deep, dark wasteland out there. But my bro, the SCV, just chilling in the main base. And these Zerglings, they don't know it's there.
Yeah, the only thing is, though, there's only 1 Marine back here, so if these Lings jump on top of it, it could be quite a sticky situation. There's a second Marine coming out.
Yop pulled 4 drones just to kill the SCV. I'm like, nice. But yes, you are correct. The 1 Marine dies. This is... How scary is that bunker right now, Kicks?
It's not very scary. There's more Lings coming in as well, and 2 of the Marines have already gone down. A 3rd Marine is not going to do anything. The CC has been cancelled because he knows he can't hold on. And oh my god, it's not Ling tight.
That's not a block, my dude. Nope. No, you are dead. Hey, Kix, what's that emote that we have on STPL?
It's a 6-minute curse emote. I think it's STPL curse now. But I don't think we're going to make it to 6 minutes. Just a little bit unfortunate.
You're right. This is somewhat tragic.
Thing is, though, SCVs are OP, so you never know.
Not this OP, Kix. Oh yeah, I forgot that Artosis has a cursed emote too. Clearly the STPL curse emote far superior, but there's another one out there. Also, shout out to Nyoken using the OG curse emote back from when they were called curse.
Oh yeah, curse gaming.
Yeah, I guess they got bought by Team Liquid, so that's only 90s kids will remember that.
Wait, so Team Liquid own like curse.com now as well, or are they just doing the pro gaming team?
No, they're obviously separate brands, but yes, the reason that they have an emote is because Curse used to like have all the esports teams and stuff, and then they got bought by Team Liquid. So.
Okay, well the CC has been blocked once again. The SCV got taken down. All the Marines are gonna go down. There's nothing in the bunker still. GG. Fast game.
We did not make it to 6 minutes. That was the 4-minute 43-second curse. Yikes! That's what happens when you lose your first 2 Marines and they don't get in the bunker. So
yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but what can you say? Games sometimes go like that. He did play pretty greedy, trying to expand just on location without properly scouting what was going on. A little bit unfortunate, but Yop is going to enjoy that quick win there, and that's going to take us straight into game number 2 because there's pretty much no point going to a break after we just started. So
you don't want to take a 10-second commercial break.
Well,
I need to take a break after that strenuous series. I also need to load into the game. If you can make the lobby.
I'm
Faster,
also making
Kix.
the lobby.
God, one job, Kix.
Well, the cool thing is, because everything is ready, we can actually have a look at who the players are going to be.
Okay.
Now, just to have a look here, Tech is going to be the next one up for DM. Now, I'm the person who put in his quote because I wasn't given one for him. But unfortunately, it's not round 1 and 2. That should be Season 1, round 1 and 2, Ultimate Ace. But regardless, he did a really good job early on. He was pretty much winning all of his games. And then he just got sent out over and over again against players that were like really, really strong. And I think he kind of went into a slump for a while. Hopefully he can recover. He's one of my favorite Protoss players from round 1. But we'll have to see what happens.
Yes. It's weird for me because Hawk is one of the best non-Korean or Chinese Warcraft players. So every time I watch Hawk play, he's just like actually a god of Warcraft. So I think, wow, Hawk, he's so good at StarCraft 1 as well. Obviously, it's a different player, but I'm excited.
Yeah, obviously there's no stats for Hawk. This is actually going to be his debut game in the STPL. I think it's going to be one of his first tournament appearances since the Zotac Cup as well, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, see, that's the cool thing about Hawk is that he's actually played a lot offline because Hawk is OG. Hawk used to be one of the best shit posters on Team Liquid. I used to love watching him because he would go in on like Tasteless and Artosis back when they would both, well, mostly Artosis. But yeah, Hawk played quite a bit offline, and he's one of the players qualified for Corrupted Cup, although I think there's some issue with him going. I'm not sure.
Ah, I didn't even know he'd qualified, so there we go. That's interesting for me to hear, but regardless, we're going to get into our next map here. It's going to be Whiteout. We're going into a TVP here, if I remember correctly. Yep, no, it's a ZVP, sorry. And the ZVP on this map is relatively cool. Obviously, the forest in the middle makes it a little bit harder for Protoss to engage, but there's a lot of chokes around the map with the bridges and everything, which makes Storm super powerful. So let's get into game number 2. Okay, starting us off here in the bottom middle position, we do have the red Protoss fighting for DM. It's going to be Tech.
And his opponent is Hawk, who is not repping his nice tag. How dare he? He forgot where he came from. This is not Hawk from the block. He forgot his roots, Kicks. He was attracted by all of the Brood War money, and he doesn't
Yeah.
appreciate the people that made him.
Well, especially because it's actually kind of more of a rule this time to actually have your clan tags on, so...
How dare he? Disqualified. Call the police kicks.
Call the Kesper
Arrest
police.
the man. That's right.
I got a direct dial Kesper right now. I'll be like,
Yeah, except
guys,
you literally named your tournament a ripoff of a Kespa tournament, so I feel like that would be like you being covered in blood and then calling the police to tell them that there's been a murder that somebody else did. I'm like, wait a second, something's not right here.
The thing is, Kesper won't believe anyone outside of Korea is actually playing Brood War, so it'll be fine.
It's actually so true. The amount that South Koreans do not understand that anyone outside of South Korea plays Brood War is astonishing. I tell people that here, even like people that run StarCraft tournaments in Korea, and they're like, well, no non-Koreans play Brood War. That's why when Cadenzi came to South Korea, people just thought she was like a unicorn from like the Middle Ages or something. It's like, wait a second, you must be the only person outside Korea that plays this game. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like, it's so crazy, but you're right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. We've got an overpull coming in here for Hawk. Tech
Surprise!
is going
The
for
only
Nexus
build
first.
that Zerg do, but yeah, the Nexus first is like actually, I don't want to say greedy, but if you have a probe in your opponent's base, and you can kind of tell whether or not that's going to be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, Tank was doing a pretty good job with his probe micro there, just trying to micro down this drone. But as you say, he's not seen any lings pop out just yet. Obviously, the spawning pool is just finished. And given the timing of everything, he should actually be able to get his first couple of cannons up if he needs them. So that's always going to be a big, important part in the PvC.
Well, there's going to be a cannon in time, so I don't think that... I don't know. I'm trying to... If you see Nexus before Forge, just lings. Okay, well, I mean, now we get a chance to test that theory, don't we? Except that he's not going to build a bunch of lings. He's droning and building a Hydra Den. So I guess that's also one thing that you can do too. Obviously, if you get your Hydra Den scouted, then Hawk should or Tech should know what to expect. So I'm just waiting to see how many cannons we're gonna get, because one is not gonna cut it here.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about Hawk's build as well is if he is, well, I mean, he is an old school player. We've seen some old school players, especially drone play, and they don't play to the modern standard as much. Obviously, drone does keep to the meta pretty well because he's been playing constantly, but how often has Hawk actually been playing? Like, he got into Corrupted Cup, he must have qualified through the qualifiers, which is really impressive, so he still does have it, but is he going to bring his own kind of unique style here? Because he's gone into a lair off of 2 hatcheries and a Hydra Den.
Isn't the gate supposed to be part of the forward wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when the Hydras come in pressure, they kill the Forge and the gate. But this gate, this is... Okay, this is like my special snowflake gate. There's no way I'll never let the mean Hydras touch you, Gate-chan.
Well, I guess if you keep Gate alive, if you've got Templar Archives first, maybe you can get some extra High Templar out, but there's a good number of Hydras on the way.
Yes,
the lair's almost
surprisingly,
finished. Lurker aspects, there we go.
When the probe scouted the Hydra Den, Tech didn't put down any additional cannons. And now he's panic spamming canyons, Grand Canyons in the front of his base. And I think they're going to warp in just barely in time, but this choke is just not the greatest for cannon, or for, wait, how do those, what is the range on cannons kicks?
It's infinite, I think.
12?
Like, genuinely, directions and ranges on diagonals or even just like vertical positions there can be so confusing. I can't remember who was playing, but there was that guy who played last season on Great Barrier Reef, and they lost their Reavers to Sunkens and complained about it. But it's like, well, that's just the way the game works, so...
It's clearly the Sunken
Seriosity
glitch kicks.
12 bits.
Clearly. Infinite range. What could possibly go wrong? I love that there's this one random Zealot out on the map, and it's got a Zergling and 3 Hydralisks chasing it.
It's the bait. He's moving it away now. What I don't get about the way this build works is Hawk is going for Lurker aspect. but lurkers die to the cannons and there's no overlord drop, so I'm not 100%
Well, I thought it was gonna be
sure.
for drop, right?
So
like-
did I, but drop never started, so
Maybe
yeah,
you
it's a bit
forgot
weird.
it. Because like, so the only reason you go for lurkers now is if you want to do like a lurker contain, but like that's not a thing that you do. Because, I mean, on the upside, Tech has basically walled himself into his base with all these cannons. So
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be a fine example of what it looks like to do like the double quotes, like the fake Hydra bust, where you look really scary and menacing, but then you don't actually do anything. But with lurkers too, I mean, I guess you can range. Oh yeah, you can range the forge. Okay, so unfortunately, he's not in range with his second lurker, so I don't think he's actually going to cancel +1, right?
Yeah, and he's still not in range of it either. So I just want to say a quick shout out and thank you to King Nemu for the 100-bit donation there. Means a lot, man. But yeah, this is the funny thing. Hawk is struggling with the ranges as well. He can't seem to get the second lurker in range, but there's five zealots out on the map now. There's actually not that much back home to defend. So maybe these zealots...
He doesn't have lurkers at home.
He's got one at his third base, and there is 2 extra hatcheries coming up, but that's not really going to help.
One unburrowed lurker at a base that the zealots are going to run by?
Yeah.
Wow, Kicks. Man, that lurker is killing it.
He is. It's the Cadency lurker. Let's see if it burrows.
Oh, too true. So there's obviously morphing lurkers on the ramp, a classic. The lurker still not burrowed, Kicks. There we go. And
by
now
this
finally, one lurker will be able to shoot spines at zealots, which will run away.
The trouble is, Hawk... Yeah, there we go. I was going to say Tech should know that Hawk's got an extra base now, because those drones went up towards this one. So he's going to be able to scout this. He's got a good number of drones already with just these 5 zealots here. Wait.
Look at this. The zealots are just going to kill the hatchery. Like, oh my gosh. All right, well, you got a lot of lost mining time, quite a few drone kills. And now I think he just runs by into the main, right?
Well, it's going to be difficult. The zealots are actually really heavily damaged now, but apparently
Yeah.
that doesn't matter. Zealots are too good, man.
He blocks with drones. He's like, oh, I'll just kill these drones here. And then he breaks into the main, and now he's going to kill more drones. What?
Well, Tech's doing a really, really good job this game. If he needed a comeback game, this was certainly going to be it. The drones, really nice drone drill actually by Hawk, but...
Yeah, that's
how is
fantastic.
this zealot must have been hit by about 20 lurker spines at this point in the game, and it's still alive. And
Dude,
there we
zealots,
go.
man. I wish Nyokin were here to watch this. Oh, my favorite part of casting BSL is just like looking at his face while you guys can't see it, but I can. Whenever zealots do zealot things, it's fantastic.
We've got a DT drop.
Comes...
Oh my goodness.
Yes. How much detection is there, Kicks? Would you say there's almost no detection? I guess there's overlords.
Yeah, there's overlords. Thing is, there's 2 lurkers there, but they're on burrowed, so maybe if you just... Oh, there we go. This is a weird time to do a DT drop, because he's got no Corsair or anything to push the overlords away. Like, imagine if there was a Stargate, and all of a sudden, you push through, kill his overlord, and then you kill every single drone that Hawk has.
Kicks, Bisu was so stupid. Why would you make a Corsair DT build when you could just do the Tech build that's just DT? It's twice as effective because you need half as many units.
Well, you do get a shuttle, which is quite useful. I mean, when he does finally get Storm, he can start doing Storm drops incredibly quickly, quicker than you'd normally see. But this is the problem Tech's going to have now. His unit, or his Dragoons at least, are stuck in his base, and he's going to have to kill, I think, 2 or 3 cannons to get through.
Probably 2, right?
Oh no, just 1.
Oh, actually no.
Yeah,
Man,
I thought that was tight,
okay.
but...
Just 1. No. When in doubt, anything can run by there. That was probably not ultra tight, Kicks. Ugh. Anyway, what is happening in the upper left? Oh, he's scouting for like... I don't know. He's scouting for the icebergs up there, for when the Zerg Titanic runs into them.
I guess he's double checking that there's no... there's no shuttle up there, because if you think he's sending that overlord away, so there's only the single overlord there all of a sudden, but Tech's doing a good job scouting around. Hawk, though, despite taking a ton of damage, Hawk's drone count is really high, and he has a ton of hatcheries right now. And he's going up to Spire finally, and double upgrades on the way. What is it about these old school players and just double upgrading immediately? It's crazy.
I mean, these double upgrades might be a little optimistic. I guess, you know, Tech is getting a third base, so he's going to play a little bit more defensively. But, I mean, there's Storms, there's double Observers, there's tons of Zealots and Gateway units. It's a little scary. Although I did underestimate just how crazy Hawk's macro is going right now. That early third base, even though it was a little bit more vulnerable, actually working out very well.
Oh, and you know what? Hawk has actually found a more efficient way of mining that gas. That's pretty cool.
How? Oh, with a closed hatchery. That's actually fantastic. Wow.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's quite close. Well, it's closer somehow than the diagonal. So once again, diagonal's being confusing. But here we go. Looks like we are going to have a 2 High Templar drop. That's good. Oh my god, Hawk's going to see this as well. Hawk is on point with his scouting right now. Oh wait, he saw it, but he's not moving his drones. Well, bye-bye drones.
Are these 4 Zerglings going to kill every cannon here? I believe. I think they're going to kill every cannon, Kicks. Oh, they didn't kill 1 cannon. I'm sorry. They killed 3 cannons. That's actually so sick. Ugh, sickening.
They nearly killed the 4th one as well. Kind of crazy, but... I mean, we did have a double High Templar Storm drop into the natural. It did a ton of damage. I think he got about 7 drones there. And he's still got DTs out on the map. He's still pushing forward with his army. And still no +2 attack, though. I don't think... Did he rebuild his forge? Yeah, so Tech is going for double upgrades as well. But one of them is delayed for some reason.
I'm watching, but these mutas are just killing it back here.
Yeah, he's trying to use them to snipe the High Templar, but the High Templar were in the dropship that you just killed, so...
Well, he's like, wait a second. I can just kill everything with these. Cool. So now he's just going to go kill everything. Double cannons in the mineral lines, though. That's actually remarkably well prepared. I did not expect Tech to...
Oh, nice storm.
Wow. That,
the second one...
Like, these High Templar aren't supposed to fight back?
The second one was really optimistic. He thought, oh, Hawk's just going to come in from the other angle to try and snipe my High Templar. But he just didn't. But the Dragoons are doing a ton of damage. Like, there's so many Dragoons already. Like, Tech is in a really good spot in this game still. But he does need to get out this forest, otherwise these Lings are going to completely wreck him.
Yes. Does need to run back home. So the Muta's kind of useless now. They sniped a few High Templar, and obviously, you know, the ones in the shuttle are not as effective without the shuttle. But here we go. I think he's just going to go for it and roll this third base over. There's a lot of lurkers, but there's a lot of Storm and Observers here too.
And a lot of Dragoons. Like, at this point in the game, usually you'd not see this many Dragoons. Like, this is just insane. +2 attack isn't done. So this is actually going a lot better for Hawk than I thought it would do, but still, he's doing a ton of damage. All the Zealots died though.
Yeah, so the Zealots are normally supposed to kind of protect the Dragoons from Zerglings. So the Zerglings actually did quite a bit of damage to a lot of those Dragoons. And then they walked on top of Lurker Spines for some inexplicable reason. But yeah, Hawk holds on. I was pretty impressed by that. Obviously, the Storm count is not as high as it should be, but it's still there. I just thought it was going to be a little bit more impactful. So now this is a 4-base Zerg with insanity numbers of drones. He's fully saturated on 4 bases. Well, almost fully saturated, because like the third is like reduced income or reduced minerals.
Yeah.
So you can't like double quotes fully saturated. But hey, check this out. We got a proxy base from Tech in the upper right.
Yeah, if he gets this off and going, this is going to be really, really good. He's going to get the vast majority of the gas. If you think about it, the way 3-player maps work is if you get the other main, you just kind of win later on. But obviously it's going to be hard to hold on to that, but Hawk doesn't really have a big standing army as such. He has a lot of lurkers, which makes it very hard to die, but he doesn't have like large swells of Hydralisks that you'd normally see.
Yeah, and mutas aren't that great against like high numbers of Dragoons. Like if you have like 5-6 Dragoons, then yeah, you can kind of micro against that, but not when you're just like flying the mutas over the entire Dragoon army. But hey, at least he scouted this base, and Cracklings should be done. I mean, I guess he's not actually on Hive yet. Wow. I guess I'll always expect Zergs to just kind of tech there pretty quickly because it's kind of good against Protoss, but
yeah,
you
know,
don't see that.
Especially when Hawk has been on so many bases for so long. I don't think there's really an excuse not to have Hive. Like, he had the money, So I think he was just delaying it to try and get as many lurkers and as much defense as possible. But is that going to come back and bite him? Because Tech, his army's pretty good. 2-1 should be done soon. In fact, very soon. And 2-2 is going to be done soon as well.
Yeah, wow, the double upgrades, man. We were talking about it earlier, but it's really paying off. It's only paying off because he didn't die when I thought he was going to, so, you know.
Okay, here we go. Looks like we're going to have Tech busting up the ramp. Let's see what he can do.
Or
it
not.
Looks like, yeah, I think he's going to give up because there's just so many lurkers up there. But if he gets a good number of storms, they're really close together. Looks like he doesn't want to risk it, though. It is a bit of a risky play to try and push up there.
Well, he only has one observer here. I thought he had 2 observers, but I think he's down to only 1. So obviously, if you lose that, you got to turn around.
Yeah, the observer is kind of the major thing in this game. He knows there's muteless still, so it's going to be very, very vulnerable if he goes anywhere near an overlord. But Tech's pushing forward, seeing what he can do.
Oh, he's trying to scourge the observer, but he doesn't have any overlords. He's bringing the overlord forward, and the observer being pulled back right now. The scourge being focused, and he gets it. Damn, nice.
Yeah, losing.
Get it?
Damn that pun. But that was a good snipe on the observer. This means Tech can't push forward again. So once again, despite having very few actual units, Hawk is in a really good position again. So
I love these like 5 idle mutalisks just kind of chilling on the other side of the map near the main base or near the natural.
Making them into guardians would be pretty good, but he doesn't have a great
That's
Aspire.
what I was thinking.
Wait, this is triple Evo chamber.
Yeah, he does have Hive, and it is triple Evo chamber. So, well, we are just investing in the future. This bottom right hand or bottom left hand base is DED dead. It is out of there. Goodbye.
Yeah, we have 2 observers again now, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to actually push forward. But here we go, the Dragoons pushing in on top of the Lurkers, the Zealots doing so much damage. The +2 attack is so important for these Zealots to have.
Oh, here we go, scourging the observers. Look at that! Both of the observers taken out.
Oh, but that Storm, though, saving his army. But there's more Lurkers coming in from behind. Tech's army's trapped.
Yeah, gotta move the Lurkers forward. That's a beautiful observer snipe, but unfortunately that storm killed off the last lurker that was in position, so the base still dies. But you're right, the army is trapped right now. There's nothing to detect. He's actually got more Scourge waiting for the other observer to come in, but no Overlord.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 Archons as well. They're going to push back. Or they're going to try and get through. Oh, can he get this drone? Is he going to snipe the drone? No, he's not. Okay. So there's going to be a drone down there. He's going to take the base again. I'm not really sure why he's bothering trying to take this base and not just taking the base at the 12 o'clock. But I guess if you can get both, it's going to be better for you now. Hawk did have those triple Evos, but until very recently, all of them were idle. He's only actually getting 2 upgrades right now instead of the 3 of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll probably do that pretty soon. So he's going to go into Ultras right now, but Hawk actually does not have that much money. He's mining out in his main and his natural and his third because it's reduced minerals, right? So pretty sure he's going to be on 1.5 bases soon. And I guess he'll have more gas from those bases, so it's not crazy to go Ultras. But just, yeah, keep in mind, he's going to run out of 3 bases mining here in just a second.
Now, Tech's pushing forward again with just a single observer. I really feel like he should just wait until he has 3 or 4, because here come the Scourge again. Luckily enough, they got targeted down this time, but every engagement Tech takes like this, he's just bleeding units away to Lurkers.
Wow, that's the worst storm I've ever seen. And
Okay.
not right, the High Templar is going to die to Muta Storm. So he fires off those, the brown noise storms. Like, you know how when you die, when like humans die, they empty their bowels? That's kind of what happens to High Templar. But like the mutas are coming for him. Oh no, the perfect storm! It kills off almost all the mutas. With 2 survive and kill, I think this is 3 High Templar and 6 storms.
Now, the storms at the main engagement at the front have been really, really good so far. Tech getting a lot of value, but Tech's not on 3-3 upgrades yet. And Ultras are in. They've already got 4-2 or 2-4, I guess. And Tech's losing all his army again. Hawk is doing such a crazy job with his armies right now.
Yeah, Hawk's unit control is actually really good. So that's amazing. Obviously, this base is going to die, but at what cost, right? Because all the Protoss units die along with it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about the economics of it all, that hatchery is 300 minerals. Like, all of these dragoons, even 4 of them cost more than a hatchery mineral-wise, so that was definitely not worth it. Hawk immediately putting down another hatchery. I mean, Tech's doing a relatively good job macroing up behind this. I mean, you can see he's already got an okay-sized army, but there just isn't enough units for him right now to really do any major damage anywhere.
I mean, it's kind of worth it because now it's only like a 1.5 base economy, like I was saying earlier from Tech. So that base is very important for him. But if you throw away too many units, then obviously you lose the game. So that's the struggle. So now Protoss is on 2 bases, Zerg is on 1.5, like I said earlier. But it's about staying alive. And there is this bastion of cannons at the 3rd, which is now mined out. But let's see if it can hold up against cracklings and ultras and...
Oh, the Archons, they're not in the engagement. They could have been massive.
Yeah. They're going to target down the Scourge, or at least they should do, but that's not what their job is. Their job is to die to the ultras, so poor little Archon boys.
Well, somehow the tree actually helping out, I think, as well, making it a little bit more difficult for the Ultras to get in. So Hawk is actually going to retreat for now. There's actually a Reaver up in this top right base as well. That's going to make it a lot easier to hold off against the Ultras. And Hawk's economy, like, he's got a lot of drones, but his bases are mining out. He's transferring a ton of drones down to the bottom left, so if we get a shuttle with a High Templar drop, maybe we could see some magic happen there, but I mean, Hawk's throwing away Ultras now on a base that isn't even mining anymore. The gas is even depleted.
Yeah, that is the weird thing, right? Upper right is where you should be trying to kill, or you drop the main. I think that's probably the thing that should actually be done. Like, just crackling drop the main right now and you win the game. I mean, obviously it's a little bit facetious, but not really, because that would actually be an extremely good idea. It's totally unprotected, and you could kill all the tech instantly.
Where's the Defiler Mound? There's no Defiler Mound yet by Hawk. Like, that's a huge oversight.
Just like, I mean, kind of, it's Ultraling, that's a style for sure, but you're right, Infestor, or, I did this yesterday, I'm doing it again, I've been watching too much StarCraft 2 lately. Defilers are very good, so you should probably get them, that's my advice.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about Tech's army as well, Tech's army for the majority of this game has been pure Dragoon almost. Like, he's had a good number of Zealots that just keep dying, but you need Swarm, even against Archons. It's very, very impactful, and he just doesn't have it. Yeah. Plague as well is just ridiculous.
Yui saying that Hawk hates Defilers versus Protoss, so maybe it's a stylistic choice, but I'm watching all of his units die, a lot of them dying to ranged units, so... I mean, he's going to win the fight in the end because he's, like, pretty far ahead at this point. So let's see if Tech can hold on to this base again. I think survey says unlikely. That's right. That base is dead. I mean, obviously it was not mining. The gas geyser was depleted as well, so pretty much nothing of value is lost here. But it's about kind of like spatial control. When you have all those cannons out there on the map, it's kind of nice to just have that guarding your natural. And, while the main and natural are also mined out, there's still gas in the geysers. Now, the giant eye of Zerg Sauron is going to turn to the upper right.
Yeah, the major problem of losing that base as well is you lose the ability to freely cycle your units between the bottom right and the top right, and that's going to be a problem here because there is some Reavers up here. Oh, he's actually going to go for a High Templar drop now, and I think this could be very, very bad, or at least timing-wise. But look at the drones have just all appeared as well. Oh my god, this storm is going to be ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Wow, I only killed 8 drones. That looked like way more died, but yeah. Okay, so he is going to pull back.
Why was that more tragic? I want death and destruction. I'm the guy that goes to the Colosseum to perpetuate the Roman Empire. Like, I am the person placated by senseless violence on television. Like, I wanted more drones to die there.
Now, we do have Overlords. The shuttle is actually going to go around to the bottom left. I mean, it is going to be spotted by various units, but I don't actually think... so there is a pair of Scourge. This could be a little bit problematic. Hopefully, we are going to not see the shuttle die, because that would be a little bit anticlimactic. We want more storm drops, but we do finally have drop from Hawk. And look at the lack of units. There's a lot of cannons though. And you know what nullifies every single one of these cannons? A single Dark Swarm.
That's right. Okay, here we go. Drop in again. Stormu! Oh, the carnage! Oh, devastation! Every drone killed by just a couple storms. Feels good, man.
It does.
That's what I like to see. Now, once again, back to these cannons not being Dark Swarmed. Somewhat difficult, but I mean they're ultras on cannons, so that is gonna be that. All the cannons go down. There's cracklings and ultras in your base.
Well, the cracklings are mostly dead now. There's a High Templar there, not doing too much, but we do have Reavers. They do not have the Scarab upgrade just yet, be it capacity or damage. And more units being dropped down. Tech does not have the ability to get his units up here. He needs to hurry up, or this base is gonna go down.
Yes, it seems as if I don't know why they call raising a base being it the same as it going down, because you know raising is up and going down is down. So why English? Why do you do this to us? But yes, the base will be raised down. Kicks. Nothing that you can really do to save that. I mean, obviously you can kind of turtle at the natural, but this is once again almost mined out. So Tech is about to lose if he can't get these middle bases up.
Well, losing the top right is problematic, but he does still have the natural. It's about to mine out though, so he needs to be careful. And this is why he's going to try and expand over to the 9 o'clock now, or the 3 o'clock, sorry. And looking at how the bases are laid out, he actually has two bases here that should be relatively easy to defend. If he moves his units between the little bridge where he is, it could be still pretty good. And Hawk, he lost a lot of drones. The base in the bottom left isn't mining.
Yes. Bottom left is not mining. Wait, did he just not even see that he lost all of his drones?
He must have done, because he moved the lings over there, but...
I mean, he is still mining off of two bases. Should probably get that extra gas up there, but dude, one Dark Swarm and you break his base instantly.
Yeah, you break it without any problems whatsoever as well. The storm's doing so much damage.
Well, the storms don't damage buildings. You can literally storm all your cannons, just kill everything, but there's just way too much here.
Yeah, now is Tech going to try and get his probes away, because there's nothing that can actually kill the probes while they're retreating. I mean, Lings are pretty good at that, but... Okay, I tell a lie. They're all dying pretty quickly, but another base is going to go down, but Tech still has both of the right-hand bases, but he's only on 9 probes. But his army's still pretty big. Like, if he can trade well here, and if he can keep his base alive... Look at the cannons again! Just imagine a single swarm, and all of a sudden this entire base is dead.
Well, that's going to do it. I mean, obviously there are a couple more bases, or one more base attempting to come up at the 4 o'clock, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think Hawks won this game now, but I mean, there's still an opportunity if Tech can trade perfectly here. Like, if he gets like the perfect engagement and kills both of Hawk's other bases, maybe something can happen. And this is a lot of Archons and a Reaver. Look how much supply he killed, and look how little he actually lost. That was a really good engagement.
I mean, eventually Protoss units do get pretty good, especially if you can keep some Reavers alive in the back. But I mean, it's about real estate, you know. Where are we at?
Well, he's got 13 probes again. He's been building probes, I think, off of all of his nexuses, but he needs to start mining, and he can't wait. Like, he's in a position where he needs to just go. Like, he has to make something happen right this second. And if he can, he has a shot. But Hawk has 2 other bases, as well as these top left ones, so...
Wait, does he have an observer?
Yes, he does.
I don't think he does. Wait, does he? Where? Oh, yeah, it's a little bit too far forward. So he has Storm the Lurker in the back, but, I mean, this is a very powerful Protoss army, but in the end, it's just one army. Like, you can produce... Also, why... I guess he's trying to retake the upper right, but doesn't that just mean that the base that you have running now just dies?
Pause. I guess so. I mean, there is 2 storms over here, but there is 3 ultras, so... Yeah, I think Tech maybe healing his last haul as a nice cowboy
Wait,
would
his
say.
last what?
Being, oh, I've forgotten what the thing is, but GG, Tech taps out, Hawk takes game number 2.
That's right, GG. Another win for America there. So good job, Hawk. Clearly practicing for his Corrupted Cup performance in a little bit.
Yep.
So yeah, congratulations. That puts Nice up 2-0, right?
It does. Nice, we're up 2-0 in the
Yeah.
series, and no, Yop on game number 1. Chefkev died
Wait,
to
what?
Lynx, didn't he?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. It was so long ago. Actually, so we had a very short, like 3-minute game and then a 30-minute game. So
Yeah.
it's been a while, guys. Also, it's 4 a.m. here. I'm going to play that card as often as I can.
Okay, well, we are going to go to a quick break, and we'll see you when we get back. Neo Arkanoid also makes its appearance in STPL Season 2, a map from 2006. It's from the OGN Star League from back then, one of the early OSLs. And it's a semi-island map. I think one of the first of its kind that got major use after about the year 2004. It's one of a kind. I don't think I've ever seen another map like it. There's temples and power generators absolutely everywhere, making it very difficult to get through the middle of the map. The air units, of course, going to be very important here. The one problem all three races are going to have is the very easy to take second and third bases. They both have gas, but they are blocked by those chrysalises, so it makes it important to build a few aggressive units early on in order to get that second and third gas as soon as you can. Important thing to note, if you do open up that center, the rush distance is very small. Next up, we have the 2009 map that was used in Pro League. It is New Tornado. New Tornado is a relatively standard 4-player map. There is only 3 bases in each corner, very much like Fighting Spirit. That was kind of the style at the time of these kind of macro maps. The main and natural look perfectly normal, lots of buildable space. There is a high ground pod outside of the natural, however, which gives you a staging ground as the aggressor to use ranged units to hit from the high ground, but you can also use it as a defensive position just to give you that extra bit of range, especially as Terran. It allows you to secure your natural a lot easier a little bit further into the game. It does make pushing out a lot harder as well, but there's also a third gas base, upper ramp, very fighting spirit-esque, very easy to defend, and a relatively open center, but those high ground pods are going to be an area of contention, as if a Terran player can get siege tanks up there, it can be deadly. Okay, finally we do have... Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for some more STPL action. We're going to be heading in to game number 3 shortly after this. And it's going to be a TVP between J1 and Chobo.
That's right, and Kix forgot to pause the replay at the beginning. So we're 2 seconds in, guys. I hope you can appreciate the spoilers. You missed the entire game, basically.
Yeah, we missed the
right.
important bits, but it's all good. J1, he's only played 2 games in the STPL so far. He beat Buenaventu and from Rev, and he lost to Jayun from Naz. So USA power apparently against all these.
Yo, Kix, I've got a prediction. Okay, so because we're 2 seconds into the game, I can see which players have split their workers better. Protoss is already split. He did the box split, so he's split like 2 workers per mineral patch, and then it's going to split them once they get there. Whereas the Terran player has rallied all of his workers to the same mineral patch, and it's going to have a slower start to his mining. So I'm spoiling the game. Clearly Protoss favorite at this point. But yeah, I'm excited to watch Chobo play. So popular, he's got an entire BSL league named after him.
Yep, and the amazing thing is we're heading into New Arkanoid, and one of the last games we saw on this map, it touched many people in many different ways, and some guy is officially like wanting to marry Radley or something after that game, so we'll have to see if that game's going to be anywhere near as epic as Radley versus Cruiser as we get into game number 3 from DM versus Nice. It's J1 versus Chobo. Okay, starting us off in the top left-hand position, we do have the Teal Protoss, or Malachite Protoss. Fighting for Nice, it's Chobo.
And his opponent in the bottom right in the blue, playing for DM, is J1.
And just while we get going, guys, I just noticed that my wonderful Moobot that I forgot I was using and updated Nightbot before Season 2, just posted the Matrino link. If you follow that link and use the code LSTPL, you can add 50 cents to the prize pool completely free, and overall we have 200 of those codes from Matrino, so there is a possible $100 to be added to the prize pool as well, so get that done, and that's of course on top of the wonderful $500 initial sponsorship from Liquipedia this season. So huge shout outs to them.
Wow, Kix, you mean I can donate 50 cents right now? Hold on. Okay, so I click the link, then I sign in with my Twitch account, easy. And then for free, I can click the contribute button, and then I can type in the coupon code LSTPL, 50 cents. And then I can type in I heart Twitch chat, and then contribute. And there we go. 50 cents contributed to esports.
And that's the best kind of contribution.
That's right. A big shout out to Des who donated $50 to the prize pool. Big fan.
And not only did he donate $50, he also added the 50-cent code as well. So what a boss.
Monster. Yeah, clearly killing it. He should have noticed that and then only donated $49.50.
Throw us off.
Yeah. Anyway, I donated you too. That's all I'm trying to say. But I don't think it's going to be a big surprise. TVP, we're going to be having... I keep forgetting Neo Arkanoid is so it's so weird. Because it's Protoss, you can't do a fast expand. But as Terran and Zerg, you can fast expand because Terran can lift their buildings and Zergs can just build another hatchery.
Also, I mean, we've seen fast expands from Protoss. They just build it off to the side, and probes kill these Chrysalids very quickly. So it's not a massive problem, but one thing that Protoss often opt to do on this map is tech up super quickly, because I mean, Terran and Zerg are likely going to play super greedy here, and if you get a Reaver into their base, there's very unlikely to be any form of anti-air, so you just kind of win. Let's see if Chobo's going to do that. Chobo is in fact a Terran main who plays, I think he plays PvT instead of TvT, so that's why we've got this game here. And let's not forget as well, you can actually break through the middle of the map incredibly quickly. It's kind of quicker than you'd think.
Yeah, in cross spawn specifically, because the way the temples work on this map, basically there's a bunch of temples that divide the map into basically islands. Although my mini map is bugged and it doesn't show the temples at all, so that's obviously quite unhelpful. But if you go cross spawns, you only have to break through a temple and a power generator. Whereas if you go close spawns, you have to break through a temple, a power generator, and then a power generator and a temple. So almost twice as much work.
And the power generators are super easy to kill. They've only got 800 health. So just to confirm to Artanis, who is Dreamer, Random is not allowed on in this tournament, so he did play Protoss. I think he submitted Terran, but then I believe Master fixed it and I forgot to update the thread, so that's on me. But either way, it's going to be a PvT. TvT on this map though is super epic, so I'm kind of sad we didn't get one. But the night is still young.
Yeah, TvT is so fun because you get like you can nuke, obviously, as Bradley did. This is my favorite map because of that. But also you get into like the big bad parts of TvT a lot faster because Terrans just double expand instantly. And then you can have battle cruisers and dropship fleets and all that stuff a lot faster.
Yeah, and that's always the best part of TvT. Like the early game posturing can be really exciting as well. But Vulture versus Vulture, like it reminds me a lot of PvP, where it's like if one person wins that engagement, they kind of win the game. So it's a little bit disappointing. But when you got those tank lines being set up, that's when things get good. And double dropship production as well. Super good. It wouldn't surprise me to see J1 go for some dropships in this matchup as well, just because it's so powerful. Oh, he scanned the wrong location. That's a bit of a pain.
Yeah. Ugh. Checkmate scan. That is not as broken because you actually do have to put it where you need to. That one's gonna hit the mark.
Yeah, now one thing to note about this as well is he did scan and saw the robo in the top left, so yes. I'm not sure if that was meant to be a hidden building, but if it wasn't very well hidden. Maybe it's hidden in plain sight, but regardless, Chobo is actually going to go up to 3 bases relatively quickly here, so it's going to be the Protoss who's playing greedy. He has got 3 gates though, so it's not like he's just going no buildings whatsoever into 3 next like someone tried to do and died the other day. But still, it's going to be cool, and J1 already going for that starport.
Yeah, no big surprise. Obviously, he's researching Charon boosters blind. I'm like, well, yes, that's the idea. It's a kind of an island map, so you're going to see lots of shuttles.
Yeah, shuttle's super strong on this map. Obviously, we went through this before, like a couple of casts ago, but dropships do beat shuttles. But then if shuttles come in at the right angle and suddenly you don't have any units there, all of a sudden you die. So island maps PvT are certainly interesting to say the least. This is a semi-island map, which can lead to some really weird situations, but most of the time you will just see both players kind of going for a lot of drops. The Goliath's obviously going to help J1 clear out the Chrysali as well, Chrysalises, and he's going to be able to expand. But where's the armory? Oh, there's an armory down there, sorry. It's halfway done with +1.
Yeah, there's literally nothing exciting happening on this map at all. But one thing that could happen is that you usually traditionally think of the Protoss players the one to play aggressively on island maps because they have... I love the Protoss players complaining about that. Not only do they have the best air units, they also have Reavers in shuttles. So, yeah. Like, I feel like Protoss is favored on almost every island map, right?
Yeah,
Am I
and
wrong
mean,
about that?
every PvT we've seen here so far, even PvZ, like carriers have been used at the end of the game and they just kind of wreck. So Chobo is either,
Well,
I mean, Chobo's a Terran player, so maybe that's where the
yeah,
whining's
that's
coming
true.
from.
Yeah, he just doesn't realize how broken his race is. No, I'm just kidding. But the idea is that, yeah, even like scouts on island maps, incredibly good. But Corsairs against mass air units, because a lot of times Terrans will go mass raids on true island maps.
Yeah.
This is obviously not quite a true island map, and Terran can actually push pretty quickly, like you mentioned. Zerg actually, what was the time? We had a Zerg break through cross map spawns in like 4 minutes. He
Yeah,
got across the map.
it was definitely less than 6 minutes, and it was just ridiculous. That was actually Essen, or Nice, so I believe he was the one that broke through and just killed his opponent in the ZVZ. And I mean, I don't think we're going to see that this game. Obviously, the game is likely going to go on a little bit longer. We saw the other day just how long the TVP can go, because neither player can really attack into each other, at least in the early game. So, oh my god, that scan on the Observer.
Wow, that was actually fantastic. You really have to look for that. I'm so bad. Like, I understand like most pro players just like see invisible units instantly, like the kid in Sixth Sense, but it's not something that I find very natural at all. So I always miss the observer. But yeah, insta scan.
Yeah, and it's crazy how he kind of knew the timing of when it would be coming to his base as well, because he didn't waste any scans trying to chase it down or anything. He didn't really scan at all after the initial scan, so his scan energy is pretty high. He's going to be able to use that to search around for additional bases. Interestingly, no scanner off on this third base yet. I guess didn't really need that right away, but I mean, Chobo up to 3 gas now. One of his gases isn't mining though. That's a little bit of a mistake here. We'll have to see what the plan is. There is a Stargate coming up, but it's going to be Templar Arcos, so Arbiters are going to be on the way.
Yep, that's right. So Arbiters, I like this better than going for, like, a lot of times you'll see Protoss players try to turtle on 3 bases just to go carriers. But yeah, I can't do that yet. And now we're going to see these pizza wedges be utilized by the Terran player, who's actually going to drop his tanks off first. A lot of times I'll just see Protoss players drop super quickly, but now we're already sieging this Nexus from the Pizza Wedge.
Yeah, and one of the shuttles goes down before all the units get out. This is a massive problem. And this Pizza Wedge is so strong. How are the Zealots still alive? They're doing a ton of damage, but look at Chobo. He's lost most of his units. He's going to have to rely entirely on these Dragoons attacking. When the tanks fire, he's got no observer over here. He sent them all out in the middle of the map.
Not only does he have no observers, but he also has like no air units, which is really weird on an island map, you know? So he's gonna have to. Oh no, he can't see the tank. Oh my gosh, that was so tragic.
Yeah, the tank can't see. Well, the tank can barely see him, but there we go. He loses everything, but there's another double drop coming in over to the third. Well, I think this was the natural, and there's barely any units here to defend. There is 2 Zealots in this Pizza Wedge, so maybe he can do something about it. He does see this is coming, so we should see some form of... Okay, there's no reaction. This could be problematic again. And look at this, 2 more dropships coming in to reinforce. J1 is killing it.
Yeah, no, this is actually very, very well done. I think, like, you really do have to notice that this is happening in time in order to stop it, and because once you drop in these pizza wedges, like, that's really difficult to try to stop.
Especially when there's so many Goliaths as well, because usually you'd be, okay, I've got a shuttle, I will just throw in 4 Zealots and send them in. But look at this, the shuttles are going to go down immediately, and not even all of the units are coming out. He needs Storm or air units or something. And there we go, Chobo complaining about the map again, and this is likely going to be the moment we see a GG, because unfortunately Chobo just does not have what is necessary to deal with the units in this Pizza Wedge.
I mean, I think this is less knowing about like the map and more knowing about kind of like the concept of like how you play on island maps.
Yeah.
Obviously, it sucks to kind of lose this way because you should have been able to, like, you know, you wish you could have like played the game, right? But I mean, as is, he's not doing the worst job defending this, even though he doesn't have the right units to do it.
Yeah.
Because Goliaths couldn't get out in front of the tanks, so they did die first. So I guess you can kind of consider these Goliaths just kind of trapped there, but at the same time, like Chobo has no units. So, I say he has no units, but he has a bunch of probes. The problem is that there's no air units, so his ground units are just so much less effective.
Yeah, and every shuttle he's built has died, so he doesn't have any shuttles to go in the pizza wedge. Now, if he can somehow intercept this drop, maybe he can make something happen, but this drop's going up to Chobo's 4th base, and he's got nothing over there. He hasn't even broke through the middle of the map. I have no idea why the temples aren't appearing on the minimap anymore. I'm fairly certain they did before, but yeah, this is...
Am I wrong about that? Because it doesn't... I thought it was bugged for me, but I guess it's for everybody. I really like them showing neutral buildings on the minimap. That's, like, important.
I'm fairly certain it did the other day as well, though. In the Radley game, we saw them on the minimap. I think it just maybe loaded weird. This is an interesting bug, but yeah, he's going to push forward. I guess his plan is just go and attack. Like, there's not that many units back here to defend. So if he can push through and do critical damage to J1, it's not going to matter if J1 can drop in the pizza wedge again, because realistically, this base doesn't really matter, but you can already see J1 knows what's going on. He's pulling his units back with the dropship, and he's starting to siege up.
Yeah, obviously siege super good, but there are a ton of zealots. The zealots are going to get on top of these tanks actually pretty quickly, so that's actually really good. The problem is that there's actually not that many tanks here, so this is really, really good. Obviously, the dropships coming through with reinforcements should be able to clean this up. Wow, that's so many dropships. Oh my god. There are DTs, but obviously you can just scan those. So, yeah, Chobo's got to head back.
If that DT had just gone to one of the side bases, he could have done a ton of damage. There's not really any major detection there, minus a turret. But even with the turret, there's no units. Like, two Marines in a bunker are not going to deal with the DT. Look at this, J1 expanding over here to the top right, knows that it's perfectly safe now, as he knows the temples are all still there as he just flew over there, so he's in a pretty good spot. J1's bank is ridiculous at the moment as well. Look at that, 4k minerals.
Yikes. That's why I type, if I was watching Artosis' stream, I would type MACRO in all caps with spaces between each one of the letters, because yeah, he does need to spend a little bit of that. Obviously, he is doing a pretty good job with his macro just in general. 160 supply is not bad, but he could have more out on the map. That's the only thing I'm worried about, is like he's not actually getting out of the map. Although I guess, to be honest, he doesn't really need to. He killed the Protoss base and then took that base. So at that point, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, look how many dropships there are. That's crazy. Such a huge dropship fleet, and he's going to fly down to the bottom left where Chobo is about to try and expand, or at least I thought he was, but just a couple of observers, and Chobo has no way of telling this is coming. Like, he scanned ahead, saw the observers, so he's just going to avoid them. Now I think Chobo has a feeling something's going on, but he has no physical way of actually going back to deal with this. All of his units are stuck in the middle of the map, and J1's just going to drop the base again.
Yeah, surprise, your worst nightmare. And to be honest, Chobo was getting away with... Oh, wow,
this could be a big stasis.
Yeah, imagine a stasis there. Unfortunately, he didn't have it researched, so that's it.
Yep, GG. Chobo taps out, and J1 is going to take us up 2-1.
Wow. Not the greatest game I've ever seen. Obviously, struggling with the map quite a bit there. I think we've seen players like Radley, obviously, really play to that map's strengths, like really abuse a lot of the concepts there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was not what happened there. J1 just kind of is like, I should get dropships and drop on this map. That's good. So there you go, a winning strategy.
For me, honestly, I really enjoyed the way J1 won that game, because I know Chobo didn't make it the most exciting because he couldn't really deal with it. It just shows how well J1 played it. Like, he had his dropships really quickly, he had them in the perfect location every single time, and his drops were just, they were trading so efficiently. He was barely losing anything every time, so really well played by him. We're going to be back after this short break for game number 4.
Outstanding. Rock and roll.
STPL does. Bio TVP. Wow! You got it. STPL does. Mass Scouts? No problem. Broadcast 3 nights a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2100 CEST. Fantastic casting, fantastic production, fantastic prizes. Only here on the STPL. Did you know Reavers could be this radical? How did these lings even get here? All I know is that's one dead base. STPL does. Wraiths, Valkyries, Carriers, and Corsairs. Forget about it. You won't see that anywhere else. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. DT's doing game-ending damage? Name a more iconic duo. We've even got carriers in PvZ. How amazing! A global team league on the scale you've never seen before. Don't see this in BWCL, STPL does. All that and more, only on this amazing 64-bit STPL. What BWCL don't. Impressed? I know I am. Why not support us on the link below? Patreon.com/kicks. But act fast. It's a limited offer.
Coast 103.5.
Okay, for our third map, we're going to be taking a look at Desperado, a 2007 MSL map. Once again, another relatively old map in this pool, but it led to some incredibly good games. Okay guys, we are back for some more STPL action. We're going to be heading into game number 4. It's going to be Kiri versus Orr in a TVZ on Carthage 3.
That's right, Kicks. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
So just to kind of skip the player introductions, because there's not been too many games played from either of them, Carthage 3 has actually been a really sick map so far. Terran is actually 2-0 up against Zerg, but we've had some really, really fun matchups on here. So I cannot wait to get into this game, which is why we're going to jump straight on in as we go into Kiri versus Orr. Okay, starting us off here in the top left-hand corner in this weird lime green. It's going to be your Zerg player fighting for nice. It's Orr.
That's right, and his opponent in the green in the bottom right, playing for DM, is Kyrie. It might be Kiri, but I always just say Kyrie because of that one South Park episode when they called Kyle Kyrie the whole time. It's so funny. But also maybe it's Kyrie. I don't know.
Yeah,
Either way,
no idea.
It is a TVZ. Did everyone see a TVZ yet today?
Yes, but it ended
Yes,
in
but
4 minutes.
it ended in 4 minutes, so
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
We basically
Doesn't count.
didn't. Yeah.
Doesn't count. So we're moving on to a brand new world, and hopefully this one doesn't end in 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, like back in Season 1, it would be like if a game ended in 6 minutes, we'd be super disappointed because we'd be like, ah, 6 minutes again. And then somehow, 4 minutes.
Some brilliant person suggested that we make an emote for 6-minute games so that it wasn't so bad when we lost, or when they were so fast.
Yeah, and then the funny thing is we did that, and then 6-minute games kind of disappeared. That was it. It was what happened. Then Season 2 started. Now we're starting to get loads of 4-minute games. Like I didn't think 4-minute games were a thing until this season. So we've certainly had some interesting starts. But luckily enough, there's been so many good series across Season 2 so far that even the 4-minute games can't hold it back. Like it's been really fun.
I concur, Kix. I think the games have actually been very fun. I've been very impressed, and I do think that for the most part, this season has actually brought some very good games. I remember when I first started casting STPL, like over a year ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, yikes, dude. I don't know, man. Some of those clans, oofta. That was very, very difficult times. Those were the Brood War Dark Ages. But now we're in the glory ages of StarCraft 1. Players are back to being badasses. Ridley's nuking everybody. Radley, ugh.
Ridley.
Metroid Prime. Too much Metroid. But yeah, it's a good time to be alive and watching STPL.
You know what? You have just given me an amazing idea for like a parody video. You know,
Oh god.
do you have? Like, I don't know if this is a thing in America as well, but in the UK, there's these like, the kind of museums called Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's like Radley's Believe It or Not.
You know that's an American company, right?
Oh, is it? Probably. It wouldn't surprise me. Wasn't it like a TV show as well in America at some point?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I mean, anything to find a way to make people pay something for nothing. You know, they actually design events. Like Ripley's Believe It or Not will give you a record. So what they do is you pay them like, I don't know, $500,000, something stupid like that. And they'll go to your country and they'll build an event that will break a record that they make up for that event. So they're like, all right, currently there's no record for, and then they figure out like most synchronized drone goat milking competitions in one day. And then they'll build the drones that milk the goats, and then they'll bring the goats in and they'll just do it. And they're like, hey, you have a record now. And whatever despot rules the country, they're just like, hey, you have a record now. Sick. And they walk away with like, you know, cold hard cash, and that guy's got a record. And they're just like, well, you know, we all value some things. He just kind of sold his birthright there. But, you know, sometimes it's about the record.
And speaking of the record, we're actually going to get a new record here for STPL because we haven't seen 2-Port Wraith so far this season. It's going to be 2-Port Wraith against 2-Hatch Lair. There is a Spire going up in the natural mineral line. This is a very interesting place to build a Spire. But they're also going for a Hydralisk Den as well. So it's a little bit of a fake out on what tech Or is actually going to be going for, but if they don't get some kind of anti-air soon, these 2-Port Wraith are going to do a good amount of damage to the drone line.
Yeah, that's actually amazing. Oh my gosh. I love 2-Port Wraith in concept. In practice, it's terrible. Or at least it is executed terribly most of the time.
Yes.
I would say. Because the problem with 2-Port Wraith is, like, it's not... Like, sometimes it will actually be, like, the killing move, right? But more often than not, it's annoying. It deals some damage, but it doesn't, like, actually kill the guy. It's the follow-up that does. Because it also depends on how well you can kind of, like, hide it. Because a lot of times you want to pretend like that's not what you're going for, and then haha, you know, a bunch of Wraiths show up.
Yeah, now we do already have a couple of Hydralisks out, one at each base, but although Wraiths are not super good against ground, like they can micro down Hydras if microed well enough, but let's look exactly how Kiri's micro is going to be. He's done a relatively good job with his Wraiths previously, but one of the problems I think Terrans have with going 2-Port Wraith is, unlike Zerg, who literally live to mute a micro, like Wraith microing is the same as Mutant microing, but you just don't get nearly as much practice with it, so it's not nearly as easy.
Yeah, also because of the glaive worm bounces, a lot of times you can micro your mutas out of range of the static defense by like hitting a building and then the splash bounces to something annoying. But it's way different to do Wraith micro versus Zerg because obviously like the spore colonies are not what you're microing against. You're microing against Hydras. Oh,
Now,
there's the cloak.
Now this is going to be good.
Why isn't he killing the Overlord? Kill the Overlord. What?
Oh, that's a mistake.
Yeah, it was too close to the mutas. But, I mean, obviously, he's actually moving the Overlord into a more vulnerable position. So I think that absolutely would have been, like, the play, because there's only one Overlord. Actually, I guess there's a second one. And he's bringing a third one over, so
and
never
a fourth
mind.
one. But wait, oh, there is a single Overlord in the main. Okay. This is one of those odd moments in TVZ when you go to a Port Wraith where your Wraiths haven't really done much damage. And you're kind of unsure what to do, because suddenly they have Mutalisks, you don't have an expansion yet. And you're going to be forced on one base for a while. I mean, he is going to try and expand. And, I mean, this is relatively good micro, getting a couple of drones. And here come the cloak.
Dive on the Overlord. Dive the Overlord. Oh, it's so... Oh, look at this is good Wraith micro right there. Right outside the vision radius of the Overlord. That's fantastic. But unfortunately, he double cloaked. So when you cloak, uncloak, and then try to cloak again, you just don't have that energy anymore. So
yeah.
Half the raids are not cloaked, and so... that is unsurprisingly not going to help them out.
Yeah, so he's done a decent amount of damage. The important damage he's done here is he's kept the Zerg back at home and not building drones. So Kiri's SCV count isn't actually that bad. He does need to get a few more turrets though, unless he wants to die to the Muta counter. But there is another couple of Wraiths coming in here. This is kind of one of the ways you can play this build. You just continue to add more Wraiths on, and then you just kind of try and whittle down the Zerg's air count, but they're also badly damaged, so it's going to be hard now.
Yeah, and I think the big thing to watch out for at this point is whether or not you like really hard commit to this, because flyer weapons +1 is about to finish, and obviously that's got it. Very good against raids.
Yeah, we can already see the Wraiths are going to fall back once again. He lost about 5 of them there in that kind of push in. It didn't really do too much. Or is actually at a supply advantage over Kiri right now. Kiri's follow-up is going to be bio, so it's not going to be super crazy. Like, in some ways you can do this, actually do this on one base, and you essentially go for like 3 racks bio and just try and push, but it's a bit too late for that. So Kiri's going to have to try and expand, and suddenly the Mutalists are on top of your turrets. And you haven't got enough of them.
Oh, he's got to kill this Overlord. So he does, and then he cloaks, but unfortunately his raids don't have enough energy, so they cloak and then immediately uncloak. And then they die.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate, but I mean, Kiri's doing an okay job holding on. He's not losing all of his SCVs, but losing these Wraiths, like the Wraiths are the kind of the power play here. You've spent all game trying to build them up, and losing them like this is a big mistake.
Can we standardize the fact that it's Kiri, or is it Kyrie? I'm pretty sure it's Kyrie because of Kyrie Irving, like, you know, the basketball player.
I have no idea who that is, but that's
Oh my gosh! Imagine this guy not watching T-Sports. Come on.
Okay, is that like traditional sports?
Yeah. See?
That's
a
good.
Smart pick. Or alternatively, you could call it one of the many popular B sports. Ball sports.
Okay, but does American football come under that, or is that not a ball?
Do they use a ball?
Use
I
an
guess
egg.
technically it is not a spherical object, but it counts as a ball because you don't have to have a round ball. Technically, the baseball and the soccer ball are not round balls. They are. So the soccer ball is an dodecahedron, I want to say.
Something like that. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
It's got
Anyways,
a lot of sides.
Don't be spherist, okay, Kicks?
Okay, so we're gonna call him Kyrie now, right?
I believe so.
What we'll do is we'll call him Kyrie, and then like in 2 weeks he'll appear in the chat, and they're like, "Why are you calling me Kyrie?" And I'll be like, "Damn it!"
I know, right? Dude, when you name yourself a weird name or like a name that the pronunciation is not obvious about,
Quicks.
like you gotta let casters take the wheel on that one. yes, also you didn't help yourself out there.
Yeah, I also was one of those people. But we've got another command center coming up. This is the problem with two-port Wraith when you lose all of your Wraiths, because he's down to 1 Wraith right now. There's still 22 drones. Like, he did kill 5 drones there, which is pretty impressive, but you don't have enough units anymore. Like, he's got 1 tank. There's going to be 4 lurkers coming in. There's no vessels or anything. Is there even any scans? There must be, surely. He's only got 1 scan.
Oh, that's it. Okay, well, unfortunately, that's not how you use your scan there. You also will need to cancel this command center in front eventually. And the muters are still going to be able to deal terrible damage, so... Whew.
Yeah, this is definitely not the perfect way that two-port Wraith is supposed to look. So, I know you were saying before that two-port Wraith is very rarely executed properly, and this is a very good example of what happens when it's not executed properly. You suddenly...
I mean, it wasn't even not executed properly. He had great micro. He actually did some damage. He just didn't do enough damage, and now he's got raids that don't do anything. That's the thing about Wraith micro is like, or about going two-port Wraith is that after a while, your raids do not do anything.
Yeah, it's definitely sad, especially when the muters come out. Like, losing... What he could have done is if he'd have pulled all of his muteless back, or all of his wraiths back, like, he had like 4 of them that were 1 hit away from death and he flew into a mutable. Like, that's kind of on him, but he has killed a lot of the lurkers. That is something. There's still no 3rd base just yet from ore, so you can never count a Terran out until they're fully dead, and there's going to be vessels on the way now, which is going to make this a little bit better for him. So, can Kyrie, I mean, he's held on for now, he's got a good tank count and his bio count's going up. Can he make something of this? It's not going to be easy for sure, but it is possible.
I mean, obviously, the biggest disadvantage is resources. He's about to mine out in his main, and this is a Zerg player that's been, I mean, not unharassed because of obviously the 2-port stuff, but he's going to be on 5 hatches here pretty soon. And with a bunch of badass upgrades. And he's getting Hive. So, yeah, there's some ground to cover here. Muta's diving in. That's quite a few turrets. So, hey, at least Kyrie has good defense.
Yep, but the problem is, Kyrie's going to come across the problem I had when I was playing against Cadencia on this map. This cliff, when you've got muteless, is very difficult to deal with. But looks like Orr doesn't want to kill Kyrie right now. He's like, no, I'm going to go home. And you know what that's going to allow Kyrie to do? He's going to be able to expand, and suddenly the lack of minerals in his main is not going to matter too much because all of his SCVs are just going to transfer. So I kind of feel like Orr might be letting Kyrie back into this game. Oh, single Wraith over on the left-hand side, going to try and do some harassment as well.
He's trying. This is the Meezeek's Wraith. The only way that he can find the sweet embrace of death is if he like completes his mission. So he's like, well, I'll go out there and try, but I don't know if he's gonna have much success. I mean, I guess the biggest thing is just like scouting information. Unfortunately, he's just gonna see the things that are gonna kill him.
Yeah, it's definitely not the best situation for Kyrie right now. I mean, the second base is on its way. He's actually going to push forward now. He's got 4 tanks and a decent amount of bio, but is there even enough bio to deal with these muters? Like, this is a good number of muters right now. And the lurkers are just going to go through the middle of the map. Like, if these lurkers get on top of his main base, that's it. It's game over. Oh, he's not broken through yet. That was weird.
Yeah, that is also somewhat strange. So I'm waiting. Let's see what this can do. I mean, obviously, okay, free Overlord, that's nice. Lurkers burrowing, that's not nice. Ooh,
oh, the vessel.
All the medics dying. Yeah, the vessel, obviously very important, very crucial. D-Matrix on the front tank, that's going to be nice as well. Nice, actually nice for Kyrie. But eventually, D-Matrix is not enough. Stimming down the lurkers, the mutas, he can't do it.
Yeah, he just doesn't have enough units. Like, he's done his best here to try and hold on and try and come back, but Aura's done a decent job building his army up. And I mean, Kyrie, yeah, he's got a second base again. He's going to take his second gas finally, and there is units back here. He's only on 1-1 upgrades. He doesn't have any upgrades on his mech just yet. I mean, that's a long way away from him, and he doesn't have any further vessels. So, I mean, there's one. But Or's just gonna explode soon and just take the rest of the map, surely.
You would imagine, right? I mean, there's nothing like there's nothing stopping you. I mean, the Terran player has gotten natural expansion up, which is more than I thought was going to happen. So that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, he can't really do anything, especially with Darkswarm coming soon. Like,
yeah,
consumes like halfway done. So, good luck. You've got this much time to be able to play this game, and then after that, you die.
Well, the mutants are gonna die though. That's a pretty good engagement, but still, I mean, look how many lurkers are here. If he can break through and kill the third base, I'd say there's maybe still a shot, but it's just near impossible. That's a nice tank targeting there. Gonna be able to take. Oh my god, is he gonna kill all the lurkers?
That's actually dope. 2 for 2 on tank shots there. Oh, he's trying to get a lurker, but he leaves it with 1 HP, 5 HP rather. So quite a bit of bio is going to die there. But he is forcing the stim unstim, or the seed, the burrow on burrow. That's what it is. D-Matrix on the front tank. That's very, very good D-Matrix. But in the end, once again, not enough.
Yeah, Kyrie's been so close so many times to winning these engagements, but all of a sudden a swell of units coming from the back and just kill everything. And there's only so many times you can lose your entire army as Terran. Like, if you think, he's got nearly 40 SCVs, so he's only got 20 army supply. And I mean, look at this, there's an 8 Marine drop loading up, going across to the main base. But 8 Marines are just gonna die with no medic support.
No, man, it's about that one stim.
The one stim to rule them all. Maybe if he can like get rid of the Defiler mound, you never know, things could still happen. But look at this, it gets spotted, the Defiler's done, the Lings are coming into the main, and he's actually carpet bombing the Marines, which would be good if there was Swarm, but there isn't, and the Lings are just going to kill them all. So a little bit unfortunate for Kyrie. I mean, he did do his best to play back from this position where he was super far behind after those that 2-port Wraith, but there's only so much you can do.
Someone's saying that Awe is a really cool color. I think this is the worst color by far. This is like the puke green color. Like, this is the color of like fermented pea soup.
Okay. Somehow those 4 Marines killed all of the drones at the 3rd base. He actually cancelled the 4th base as well.
See? It's about that one stim, okay?
That was legit so much damage with such a small army, but now his army's getting stuck in the middle again.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, that's not fun. But yeah, that one stim, fantastic. Big fan.
Those 4 Marines killed 4 Mutas, I think it was, and then killed like 10 Lings and like 7 or 8 drones. Like 4 Marines to rule them all, man. And here we go, looks like we're going to have Kyrie try and push forward again. I mean, just look at the size of the army by Or. Or just needs to go and attack. Like, I feel like Or is just kind of teasing us. Like, he's been so far ahead for so long, and he's just not killing the guy. Like, just go and kill him. Kyrie doesn't have anything anymore. And especially now there's Lurker under Swarm. Like, what's Kyrie's army going to do? Oh, that's right, go home, because it can't do anything.
So savage kicks.
Oh, and the vessels go down as well. And look at this, he's going to come in from behind with his army. Kyrie has nowhere to run.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Oh, it's a hard life that we live. Oh man. I mean, he's going to cancel the base, so at least that's... Wait, is he? Yeah, okay, he's going to get the base. That's nice.
Yeah, but he's going to lose his natural to do that. So it's pretty much game over now. Kyrie has done a fantastic job trying to hold on, being so efficient with so few units, but he can't actually... He has no units that can deal with Lurkers anymore. Like, that's the sad truth. He started building Vultures as well instead of tanks because he was out of gas. Oh, and all the medics getting caught out by Lings as well.
Yeah, okay, well that is definitely it. Oh. That was a nice job, but hey, Awe filling in for Nice for Essen. Nice to see fill-in player do well.
Yeah, and it's actually going to draw us 2-2 as well, so That's
Oh,
gonna
wow,
take
you're
us to an
right,
ace match.
Vic. My man. All right, so Kyrie, unfortunately couldn't get it done for DM. That means that we are going to be going for an ace match here momentarily as soon as he realizes he is dead. This is like the entire audience watching Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
Like, they don't know he's dead yet. But he's super dead.
like Kyrie, I'm really not sure what he's actually doing. I think he's trying to process the loss. Like, when you lose like this, it can be really frustrating. And I know that I've got up away from my PC before and just walked away. Like, it's not... he's dropping a single marine over to the top left. He's going to try and kill a load of drones with a single marine. There's 2 tanks in the middle of the map. He's microing single units at this point. That's a pure sign of frustration. Like, it's sad, but it happens. And you know what? Or he's already won, so he's in a good position. He doesn't need to worry.
All right, GG. Kyrie taps out. Aw takes the game and takes us to an ace match, Kicks.
He does indeed, so we'll go straight into the ace match when we get back after this very short break. See you guys very soon. Neo Arkanoid also makes its appearance in STPL Season 2, a map from 2006. It's from the OGN Star League from back then, one of the early OSLs. And it's a semi-island map. I think one of the first of its kind that got major use after about the year 2004. It's one of a kind. I don't think I've ever seen another map like it. There's temples and power generators absolutely everywhere, making it very difficult to get through the middle of the map. The air units, of course, going to be very important here. The one problem all 3 races are going to have is the very easy to take second and third bases. They both have gas, but they are blocked by those chrysalises, so it makes it important to build a few aggressive units early on in order to get that second and third gas as soon as you can. Important thing to note, if you do open up that center, the rush distance is very small. Next up, we have the 2009 map that was used in Pro League. It is New Tornado. New Tornado is a relatively standard 4-player map. There is only 3 bases in each corner, very much like Fighting Spirit. That was kind of the style at the time of these kind of macro maps. The main and natural look perfectly normal, lots of buildable space. There is a high ground pod outside of the natural, however, which gives you a staging ground as the aggressor to use ranged units to hit from the high ground, but you can also use it as a defensive position just to give you that extra bit of range, especially as Terran. It allows you to secure your natural a lot easier a little bit further into the game. It does make pushing out a lot harder as well, but there's also a third gas base, upper ramp, very Fighting Spirit-esque, very easy to defend, and a relatively open center, but those high ground pods are going to be an area of contention, as if a Terran player can get siege tanks up there, it can be deadly. Okay, finally we do have Whiteout, the ASL Season 7 map, one of my favorite recent modern 3-player maps has been designed. It has a relatively normal main and nat with a a ramp with a ledge that you can drop on both the natural and the fourth base. The third base is kind of out in the open. It's a little bit harder to defend. You do only have to worry about 3 choke points, and 2 of them are through the map's main feature, which is actually the use of these vision blocking doodads to create little forests, which is where the name Whiteout gets his name, as if units travel through there, their vision is completely hindered, and it makes it very difficult to see ahead of you if you don't have an air unit with them. Now there is a 4th and 5th base, they're relatively easy to defend, but the trouble is they are very far from your main and can be quite difficult to expand. And as this is a 3-player map, of course, the other main is going to be very important.
No, I exited. Oh my god.
Oh dear, and I just unmuted it again. Why, Rapid? Why?
Why would you do that to me, Kix?
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I
Oh
had
my
one
goodness.
job. I can't. I'm so bad. Fire me now, Kix. Get me out of here. Oh wait, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I was 1E for. No,
I
no,
exited.
you exited.
Yeah, I exited because I thought you did. Oh my god.
No, I thought I did. It just hadn't registered. What kind of show are we running here, Kix? Oh my god.
We're
Okay.
running a circus. Okay, I'm hosting again. Right.
Okay, I'll exit for real this time. Kill me.
Okay. So the plan was I was going to jump straight into the replay. I kind of did that. But we'll do that anyway, because now we've got Rapid in the lobby. So let's head into the game. It is the ace match. It's DM versus Nice, and it's going to be a TVP.
Why don't we get some professional casters in here, Kix? We got to get somebody that actually knows how to do this job.
Well, I mean, it is your job, so you're the professional.
Well, not for long, it's not. Ugh.
Okay, well, starting us off on that note, in the bottom left-hand corner, we do have the Teal Protoss fighting for Nice. It's ABC.
And his opponent in the yellow is Kyrie. So back at it again after a somewhat heartbreaking loss. He's come to avenge himself and his team, with both teams' tournament hopes on the line.
You know, the one important thing about the way this matchup's going as well is both these teams lost their first week games, so this is going to be a very, very important win. Obviously, the further down the table you are early on, the harder it's going to be to claw your way back up at the end, because unlike in Season 1, where we had 2 small groups, this is one big group, so every team is going to play every other team, so you can't rely on getting a few good results. You're going to have to do consistently well throughout the entire season if you want to make it into that top 8.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. ABC, the best player probably in the world at, like, saying the alphabet. I don't know about StarCraft, but...
Okay, just...
Actually, what?
I was going to say, just to quickly go through the map, it is going to be Desperado if you didn't see this last week. It was on quite a lot. There's double gas in the main, no gas in the natural. There's a relatively small choke to get out to your opponent. And we also have me and Rapid in here in these little stasis cells. So this is also Doc and Naoken in the top middle of the map. But really good map.
Right.
Lots of gas absolutely everywhere.
Yes, many much gases. Well, except that you're natural. But I wanna see the island bases taken this game. We almost never see the island bases taken, but it's worth it for sure. Especially like as the game goes on and it becomes more and more dangerous to take the like the bases that are actually out on the map, whether it's your natural or the third base. which doesn't have any gas at it, but
Yeah.
also you have to kill Kixerai to get that. But yeah, gases are not easy to get on this map, outside of your main, but there are a lot of them.
Yeah, and if you can secure another main, you can essentially just defend 2 ramps and you've got 4 gases. So it's kind of weird, we've not really seen any games progress to that so far, but I think in these positions, usually we see sort of vertical positions, I think it becomes a little bit easier to try and expand northward, especially for ABC.
Yeah, I can understand that. Wait, is he ever going to scout? No, I guess ABC is not a Scouterino player. He does not care what's out there on the map. He's gonna play his game. And that's good enough for him.
I mean, Protoss in general, like them scouting early is not the biggest deal because there's not really anything Terran are gonna do against you. I mean, you could see BBS, but I mean, I can probably count on one hand the amount of games I've seen BBS in the STPL. Like, it's probably not going to happen. And
well, usually you BBS against, or you don't BBS against, but like you can like Marine Rush if they're 12 nexting, but obviously that's not what's happening here. So
yeah,
you're right.
Like Dragoon scouting is fairly, no, I wouldn't say standard, but in this situation on this kind of map, it wouldn't surprise me to just see Dragoon scouting. And not only that, he saw how quickly the SCV got to his base, so from that he got to work out where his opponent is, and he's going to be able to chase the SCV back anyway.
So now there's no vision inside the dastardly. That's a great word, by the way, dastardly. It only describes villains with handlebar mustaches. But also Protoss players, the dastardly Protoss base. So now who knows what evil shenanigans the Protoss Cerebrate are cooking up next.
I mean, on this map, we have seen a lot of interesting TVPs. We've seen Mass Air, we've seen Mass Ground, we've seen Mass Stasis. That was one of the crazy games from the other day, Reyna versus Dreamer, if I remember correctly. That was a crazy game. But there's lots of options that both these races have. But the issue that ABC might have is Kiri's actually quite close. So if the Terran player does decide to go, say, a 6-fact push, all of a sudden you're kind of trapped in your main because there is this small choke, and that's the only way out of your base.
Well, you would be trapped in your main if you didn't somehow sneak an SCV all the way across the map back into the Protoss base and see that nothing's happening. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, how did that SCV even get there?
I know, right? I looked there and I was like, wait a second, this is not a Protoss unit.
Well, he's going to see a Robos on the way, he's going to see that there's no other units, so... And he sees the probes transferring, so he's in a pretty good spot. That's probably the best possible time an SCV could get into the Protoss base right now.
Yeah. And he's doing a great job scraping the Dragoon off on the buildings, so he can just keep running around. He's gonna save the SCV, no way. Wow.
Now,
actually, the Dragoon on the map is gonna kill it.
Yeah, I mean, if he kind of gets away from this, he'll be really sick. Oh, no, he's not going to. Oh, well. That SCV lived a what? Okay, it did die.
Wow, there really is no justice in this world. Okay, but it does die, so justice prevails.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was going to say Dreamer said it was actually Pro in the Ace match. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, it was Reyna versus Pro. If you didn't see that game on the YouTube, there is a sort of must-watch video, which has got the 3 crazy TVPs we saw in a row, including the like 10 nuke Radley games. So if you want to see some nukes after this cast, go check out the STPL TV YouTube for some more games.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Highly recommend. But anyway, this map is a great one to turtle on. Many, many resources just on your first 2 bases. So this is something I always say about Terran players. As long as they can get like 2 bases, 3 bases, take that island base, you know. Never count them out. So always something to look forward to. Very rarely do we get super fast games on this map. And it's the Ace match, right? So it really could go the distance.
Yeah, both teams want to win this super badly. Obviously, the best way to get ahead is to get more ahead, as Artistus would say. And it's really easy to do that on this map. We can see ABC's getting ready to take a base up in the top left. And look how far away that is from Kiri. Like, Kiri's not going to be able to attack that for a very long time. So, yeah, it's definitely weird. But 3 gateways now done for ABC. Or 4 gateways now, actually. And still no Nexus. You should just build the Nexus.
Yeah, there's no reward for trying to play the game without building that Nexus there. Like, you can actually just throw it down. Not a problem.
ABC's going for a lot more gateways first. I guess he's decided more, I don't actually know what's going on, so I better get the extra gateways to get more units. So the Observer's finally in, but it still hasn't scouted the factory count, but it's only 2 factories at 7 minutes, which isn't that much.
No, not at all. So, nothing to worry about. Where's the observers kicks? Do we have any?
Yeah, one's at the natural is just kind of flying up. It's going to fly into the turret.
Yeah.
He's got observer speed, though.
Yeah, what? When did that happen? Observer speed? He, like, rushed observer speed. Wow.
Yeah, he was upgrading it, like, when I clicked on the observatory about probably a minute and a half ago. So as soon as he got his obs, he got speed. I guess he kind of wanted to just see what was going on, and he wanted to see quickly.
So it could fly into the turret even faster?
Yep. I mean, his name's Lightning McQueen, okay? He is speed. He wants to do things quickly.
Oh my God. I feel like that needs to be one of the parody videos.
Just an observer. I mean, I've seen
Hey, wait, who's dying here, Kix?
Who's dying?
Is it you?
Oh, it's you. Sorry.
Damn. No! Not like this!
At least it's not as bad as when Reyna sort of protected you with like 20 siege tanks and then killed you afterwards. That was
Yeah,
worse.
I know, right? I thought we had a deal. Anyway, oh well, I died. RIP. I'll never know what it's like to live another day in my little holding cell.
Well, the cool thing is we finally have a starport on the way with a control tower. There's also a science facility coming in. Now, if this was a certain other Terran player, I would know what was coming up after this science facility, but I don't think we're going to see that here. The third base is still not up yet for ABC, but when this is done, there will be 4 gases, so that's going to be a lot of gas for ARBs, a lot of gas for Templar as well, and both of that tech is in fact done, so ABC is definitely speeding up that tech tree as fast as observers speed it into the turret.
Oh, that was really funny. It's like, I really need to scout this. Goodbye, mother. Whee! And you just go right into the turret.
Well, he's going to see the third base from Kiri, or Kyrie even, but look at this, he's flying into the observer and going to the turret again. Oh,
God damn, come on! Okay, well, sometimes observer speed is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, the interesting thing about observer speed in TVP as well is all of a sudden you can't move your Dragoons around with an observer, because the observer flies past whatever the mines are there, and then the Dragoons just die. So he's going to have to be very careful. There is a couple of non-speed vultures actually going to be able to find the probes transferring in the middle of the map. Perfect timing. Oh, man.
Wow. Justice against the dirty Protoss race. No, I'm just memeing. But it is actually very, very unfortunate timing. Also, the mines! Even with the observer, some of the mines do connect, but more than that, the vultures getting into this natural more. Oh my God, Kix. Make it stop. What?
Kyrie's turned it on this game. 7 kills on this vulture. So many probes just went down. But luckily enough, ABC does have 3 Nexuses worth of probe production. The third base is done. We're going to see double gas come up here fairly soon. But Kyrie, being the little sneaky snake he is, with his yellow dropship, going to be heading on over to that base with 4 vultures and see if he can get more probe damage done.
Why does shuttles have a speed upgrade but dropships don't? Come on.
They were saving that till
these are gonna
StarCraft 2.
deal. Oh yeah, that's right. These are gonna deal 1,000,000 damage. Wow, Kyrie really killing it here. Obviously, cannon coming in, but he can still kill a million probes, especially now that he's laid all
Wait.
these mines. Where are the probes going?
Yeah,
Cannon's down here, bro.
the probes had one job: go to the cannon at the other minerals, and he like tries to go back to his other base. And I mean, the dragoons are gonna come back, but oh, there's actually cannons at the ramp as well. I thought they were 2 probes, pylons even. Oh, the Arbiter's gonna chase down this dropship. The dropship has a single vulture in, and there's no defense in the main.
Oh my god, no way he gets more kills here. Disgusting kick. Watch the Arbiter kill the vulture.
He's gonna... This is actually really annoying, like when they start cloaking their probes, and it's like, am I gonna scan this? Look at this, he just picks
he picks it up!
Oh, and he drops it
What
again.
a god. Kyrie, the monster. Okay, yeah, he could have actually just saved it, but instead he... he just dropped it and yeeted on out of there.
You know what this game reminds me of? It's kind of like Ore unlocked the secret potential in Kyrie. Like, Kyrie was so
That's
angry after this last game, and he's channeled all that energy into just harassment. He's like, nope, I'm gonna win this game, and I'm gonna do it. I'm so annoyed with Nice as a clan. And this is what he's doing. He's doing a really good job. +2 attack is already done. He should have double armory by this point, I would hope. There's actually... Okay, his depot placement is a little bit left to be desired, but we've got double armory. +1 armor is like very delayed though, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to push.
Now, why are these Dragoons moving up kicks? What's going on here?
I think he's both trying to avoid any mines in the middle of the map, but also double check to see if he can catch the dropship. And looks like
these are
Kyrie
pretty
is
fast vultures. Oh man, they turned around. I would have loved to see them just like try to run past and like split up ABC's army.
Yeah, looks like an observer just got shot at, but I don't know if it died. I can't see it anymore, so I assume it is. But we've actually
Well,
got
it's invisible.
That's a very fair point, Rapid. But we've got Kyrie taking the island base, so that's going to be the first take of the island base this week. Obviously, we've not had too many ace matches in week 2. We had tons in week 1 though, and some of the best games pretty much ever in the STPL, like Koga versus Marwin. So it's kind of cool to see an ace match on Desperado. Cool to see this map once again as well. But ABC's gone up to a lot of gates now. 4 gases are done, and now we're going to just see if Kyrie can actually break through.
I love the Arbiter trying to sneak into the base, goes right over the island base. I'm like, okay, well, here we go.
Recall!
Recall in the main.
Oh, he recalls the other
Nothing here to
Arbiter.
defend.
Second recall?
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Oh my gosh. Man, for when you really just cannot get enough.
I mean, this is one of those moments where it's like, hey, stop harassing me. Oh wait, I can just recall your base, it doesn't matter. So there's going to be 2 sets of recalled units in the main. The main base is going to go down.
Dude, stasis the ramp. Ah, my eyes.
I don't think he has enough energy, unfortunately. Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah.
If he did, though, this would pretty much be game over. I mean, this is so much damage already. Look how many depots he's killed.
Even beyond the depots, just like the Terran, like the way that you tell if you're watching a pro game is you just look at the main. And if everything's all nicely laid out, it's all perfect, it's wonderful, then you can tell this guy knows what he's doing. But now, everything is all screwed up, so how do you rebuild your base from here? He's even still losing depots on the north.
Not only that, the problem is he has no gas mining anymore. He lost his main. There was 2 gases there. Like, without gas, you can't build tanks, and vultures are good, but Protoss units are better. And I mean, he's going to try and send vultures up here to catch this single probe. And he is going to be able to do it, but the trouble is, like, he's just not mining the way he should be.
Yeah, I mean, to his credit, he is going to be mining gas at the natural, or at the island base. So at least he'll have a little bit of gas. But you're right, losing 2 in the main, not worth 1 in the bush.
And not only that, there's another Arbiter here. It nearly has recall energy, or it might do, actually. And he saw the island base, so if he just recalls this island base, what's he going to do?
That's a fantastic question, Kix. Lose the game.
Yep, now Kyrie is sitting back once again. I mean, I almost feel like ABC is waiting a little bit too long to kill him, but Kyrie didn't lose very many, if any, tanks at all. So despite the fact he's not really been mining gas, like, his army is still massive. I mean, you can even see in the main, there's just like a bajillion tanks already, so that does make it a little bit harder. Obviously, the Arbiter does need to do something soon. Like, I just want to see him recall this island base, because if he does, Kyrie has literally nothing he can do about it. He doesn't have any dropships, he's got no way of getting units over there, and there's no turrets.
Yeah, no turret. Wait, is there? Where are there turrets? I guess
In the
there's
main.
okay. There's a few in the main actually,
Yeah.
but these are not enough turrets to stop a recall. Like, here's the thing I don't understand about a lot of players I watch. Like, they'll be like, "Oh, I got recalled. Time to build a turret." Like, that doesn't stop you from getting recalled. Like, look at his natural. He has one turret at his natural. I'm like, my dude, nah, not gonna cut it.
Yeah, the one lucky thing for Kyrie there was he didn't have all his main tech in his main. He actually had it in his natural, so he didn't lose his science vessels, he didn't lose his science facility, and he didn't lose one of his armories. So he does have +3 attack on the way. He's going to be 3-1, so 3-2 is going to be a ways off. There's a lot of mines coming down finally, so that's going to make it a little bit harder. But here we go, recall in the island base.
Oh yeah?
Is he going to
Oh,
recall?
yeah, Kicks?
Why is he not recalling? Oh, he doesn't have enough energy. It's 150, isn't it?
144. Lamau.
Okay, 147. Oh my god, if he dies to the single turret now, it'll be so tragic. He had another Arbiter there that had enough energy as well, and he flew it away.
What?
Well, I guess the problem is, if you recall that base, you're going to have to waste a recall, get them out. Here we go, he's going to go into the main. Let's see if he can do it. He's going to be recalling on top of mines. And there we go.
I mean, hey, credit where credit's due. The mine defense, incredible. Let's see how good it's going to be here. Actually, he recalled right where there weren't any mines.
Oh, he double
on
recalled.
top of the tanks in the back, so that's actually pretty good. He's going to kill off all these tanks.
Yeah, and he's going to be on top of the factories as well, which means there's going to be no additional production coming in from Kyrie. Kyrie is only mining off of 2 bases right now. But there's still so many units from Kyrie in his own main. He's so well defended at the front. Look, Dragoons are going to try and go in, and look how many tanks there are still.
Yeah, so all the tanks are at the front, so not going to be able to pressure there at all. But there's still damage being done to the main. And hey, this might kill off... Oh, is he going to kill off his tank that's defending the main? Yeah. Wow. So
oh my goodness. The mines.
Oof.
Okay, so he's still holding on. Somehow Kyrie is still in this game. He's not lost all of his units just yet. And ABC is surprisingly broke. I hope he's building a ton of units at once or something, because... I mean, technically, he's only on 3 base himself. He's got 2 gases mining, his gas and his main. Both of them are depleted now. Wow, this one isn't. This is only halfway done. So, I mean, ABC is still rich. And he's taken the other main.
So let's see here. Trying to take the upper left-hand base, or at least harass it. There's double cannons there, but might actually be able to focus one of them down. It doesn't have any shields anymore. +3 Terran weapons, by the way. Just saying, these vultures are going to deal tons of damage. Even if you don't necessarily expect vultures to deal damage, like now they're just so highly upgraded. It's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, no, the only thing that worries me about how ABC has played this is, yes, he recalled the main twice. He lost at least one of the arbiters, maybe both of them. And he hasn't crippled Kyrie. Kyrie is still mining off of that island base. Like, if he took down this gas, Kyrie cannot get any more gas for any more tanks. The gas is in the main. Because he lost the main earlier, still have a good amount of resources in them. But you need to cripple him, and he just hasn't found a way to do that yet. So Kyrie's upgrades are good. And oh my god, the probe's getting caught on their way over to the top right. That's not something that ABC wants right now.
Yeah, and he didn't actually finish walling off the ramp. A lot of times you'll see Protosses wall the ramp, so Vulture run-bys like this can't happen. But now everything's okay. He's gonna be able to clean it up pretty easily though. Man, one thing Kyrie has done just all game long is just harass everybody.
Yep. And
Wait, so Seriosity is saying like it's Kyrie. I don't know if he's trolling you, but I'm just gonna say Kyrie because of the basketball player. So Kyrie, what? What are you people talking about?
maybe it's because I keep saying Kerry still. I'm not sure.
Yes. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. I'm just saying Kyrie. So that's what it is. Oh yeah, actually, when you think about it, like Valkyrie.
Yeah, I guess. Oh.
So, no, that's my attempt there. I'm just gonna say Kyrie. And then when I see like Norse mythology, I'll also call them Valkyries.
Valkyries.
Yeah.
Oh, EMP.
Anyway, this is on the science vessels, but the EMP obviously
Oh.
not.
Okay.
Oh, what?
He stasis 3 of the vessels, but he also got EMP'd at the same time. Look at this. Kyrie is losing so many units right now, but there's still so many units behind them as well. I don't know how he's holding on against these armies. Like, it makes no sense, but this could be it. No,
Such a deep tank line. I would have loved the addition of maybe like one shuttle to carpet bomb on in there, because you can see this entire Terran army is just carpeted with mines. So everything explodes if you carpet bomb them or like bulldog them or something, whatever like that.
Yeah.
Protoss Macro is kicking in a big way. Kicks. He's got so many units. He's even bringing out the Stormy boys. They don't have enough energy yet, but they will.
This one does. Let's see what the storm's gonna be like.
Well, that's not how you use High Templar.
No, all of them are gonna die without doing anything. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Did he not have storm researched?
I do not think he does. Actually, yes, he does have it researched. He just didn't have enough energy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because the trouble is, like, you see that the Protoss macro is coming into it, and it really is. But the problem is, like, he is throwing away army after army. Like, he can't afford to do this. He has to do summon. And look, we're going to have a recall. But there's not really that many units here. He's recalled another 2 arbiters in, but they're just in turret range, so... Okay, and here we go. He is going to clean up this island base. There's absolutely nothing that Kyrie can do about this. But look, he's just going to push. He knows there's barely any Protoss units left, and the last remaining ones got recalled onto his island, so...
That's the problem with recalls. Like, I mean, they're good. Maybe they do a lot of damage, but at the end of the day, like, you just don't have your army anymore because it will eventually die. So, hey, that's not bad to kill off the island base. It was one of the best and really only bases that Kyrie had. But when he counter pushes here, this is going to deal so much damage.
It is, and by counter pushing here, he's going to be able to take this 6 o'clock location, so that's another gas that he can secure. And there's barely any buildings outside of the main for ABC.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of Protoss players will build a bunch of gateways at another base so that they can stop big tank pushes. But nope, not anymore. Not this time. We're just pushing the natural, pushing the main, because that's where everything is. He's got, what is that, 8, 9 gateways here?
Yeah, this is a lot of gateways, but there's a lot of tanks, and the trouble is, like, you said about the gateway farms in the other bases, he's been losing units so often that he's not been able to afford the gateways, so that's why he doesn't have them anywhere else. He's not sat on max like you'd normally see. There was a slight recall in the main, but it's been completely cleaned up. And yeah, I don't know, I think Kyrie's doing it.
He's doing something. It's good. All the blue goo tells, the more blue goo I see, the more I'm just like, yes, this is the way it should be. But wow, I did not expect to see this deal that much damage. So what needs to happen is, like, Kyrie has to take this damage that he's dealing and find some way to turn it into money.
Yeah.
Because he is out of it. He is broke as a joke. I mean, he is still mining a little bit, but not much. So the only places, wait, where is he mining?
He's mining at the mineral only still, and he's
Yeah.
gonna get 6 o'clock. The command center still isn't done, but this is gonna be his play. He's gonna go up to the top right and try and secure that. And guess what, Rapid? There's no units out on the. Oh my god! And a mine killed the only dragoon out in the middle of the map. Okay, so it's gonna be. I think this is 4 arbiters. No, 3 arbiters. They've got full end. Oh no, the EMP!
What? No. Oh my god. Terran, how disgusting. The innocent Protoss arbiters out for a stroll on the map.
Yeah, without the recall here, without the stasis, he can't. Okay, he does manage to stasis the ramp. So regardless of getting EMP'd, he had a million other arbiters as well. So it's kind of like that game with Pro the other day, but he can't kill the Terran army. He's got no units.
And don't forget, Kix, this is the ace match. This is the decider. So, wow, this game is so weird because so Kyrie, you got me doing it now, was so like he was pretty dead. He lost all of his money, all of his bases, but his opponent had no units. So he counter pushed. He still has a million tanks killing everything in the main, which is crazy to me. But the Protoss player taking everything else on the map. This is crazy. Crazy kick.
I wish I'd have had like a cam on my face then, because 2 zealots just pulled like 20 mines and didn't die. It's like, what? But it looks like the dragoons did die to the mines, and this is the only standing army the ABC actually has. There is still a stasis on the ramp, so units cannot get up, so the gateways here are surviving. But for how long? The main base is actually going down. This double. Well, okay, I thought there was double arbiter production, but ABC is actually flat broke.
This is so crazy to me because ABC like has or had like 70 probes at one point, which is pretty high.
Yeah.
And then for a while he had 60, and now he's down to 45. It's like, well, I kind of need to put some of those to use. He's going to clear out the tanks finally that were assaulting the upper right. But not easily, and he still doesn't have very much in the way of actual army. I mean, I guess he does, but it's not doing anything, right?
Yeah, Kyrie has done a really good job rotating his army around the map, trying to do damage wherever he can. And now he's going to be trapping the Protoss army in the top left. And, unfortunately, he EMP'd the wrong arbiter, and massive stasis come down. But there's just barely any units on the ground for ABC again. Oh, and he's losing arbiters as well. He really can't afford to do that.
Right. I mean, he does still have some arbiters. They just have no energy. So, you kind of need a little bit of that.
Yeah, and he still hasn't cleared these units out of his ramp, so they're finally going to go down. The vessel goes down as well, but Kyrie can just wait for those units to unfreeze and then go up to the top left, because now there's barely anything up there. Like, ABC is still doing a good job holding on, but even if we look at it, wow, upgrades-wise, ABC is actually 3-3-1, and he is up against 3-3, I think. No, 3-2, so now I'm finally get taken down, and we're going to see Kyrie actually expand to the mineral only on ABC's side of the map, because ABC doesn't have this side of the map anymore. That's gone, it's just done.
Yeah, I think it is just done. I mean, obviously, we've seen players be just done so much this game. This is, like,
it's so strange.
I can't figure out. Yeah, different players are dead at different points in this game. So, like, I think for a while, Kyrie was pretty dead. Now ABC is pretty dead. Now, all it has to do is switch back to Kyrie being pretty dead again. Stasis units in the middle of the map. We're going to try to save them. Saving private stasis units. I think they're still...
He's going to be able to do it. Oh, no, they all died, but he's going to trade away...
Yeah, they all died, but all the Protoss units died too, so that was pretty worth.
Yeah, the strange thing is, I cannot figure out where the supply is for Kyrie. Not Kyrie, ABC even. ABC's only got 44 probes, but he's on 149 supply. Like, where is all this supply? I'm not seeing any units anywhere. Like, there's the Dragoons in the top left, but surely that's not like 100 supply of Dragoons. Like, it can't be.
No, I similarly do not know where the supply is.
Now we actually have a moment where there's so many arbiters again, they're actually being used offensively, and he has no recourse. Like, he can't deal with it. He's gonna have to go back. Oh no, the Dragoon's running into mines again.
That's a little bit tragic. Yeah, wow, that is quite a few Arbiters. So there is a bunch of supply. Most of the supplies in the natural expansion. He's got to move it out and get it to the middle of the map. Unfortunately, oh, another EMP goes off one of these Arbiters. So actually, a couple of them didn't get hit by the EMP.
Yeah, but still, I mean, ABC's losing so much health to mines. Like, he just lost so many Dragoons there. I genuinely don't know how he still got so many units after losing so much, but Kyrie's going to continue to push forward with his tanks. Another stasis going down on yet another vessel, and so many mines hitting all the Zealots.
I can't believe it. Also, the Dragoons got hit by mines in the back too, so all that Protoss, oof, not there anymore.
Okay, so still we've got ABC on 2 gases. He's not even bothered to take... Okay, he needs to take the other 2 gases now because, yeah, those 2 gases in the top left are depleted. But he's got barely any gas. He's got barely any money. His army size is minuscule. Oh, wait, is this going to be a recall in the bottom? Yeah, here we go. It's... Yeah, recalls into that bottom middle base. This is the last remaining mining base here for Kyrie, or Kyrie.
Wow. Yeah, Kyrie's infrastructure pretty gone at this point. If he loses this base, and I think he will, to this recall, that's kind of it. ABC still mining, double gas main if he wants to take those. Yeah, I think Kyrie's pretty dead.
Yeah, he's down 50 supply now. They've been on even supply for such a long time that I forgot it could be possible that Kyrie would just lose everything. But that one recall, like the amount of EMPs he's managed to hit that game, and this single recall nearly killed him. So he didn't manage to get the bottom left base either. Now it looks like these 3 tanks have finally unfrozen in the top left, or top right even. So he is going to push forward, and this is going to be Kyrie's chance to... Oh my god, the mines again.
Mines this game have been totally tragic. Oof. Yeah, those tanks moving forward are actually pretty strong. I mean, they're what, 3-2? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's 3-1-3 or for Protoss. So actually, you don't see Protoss get armor upgrades all that often, but the +3 armor is actually working out pretty well.
Yeah, especially when Kyrie has been stuck with pretty much unsieged tanks the entire time. Like, the only out Kyrie has is if he can take the top right base now. He needs that double gas. Like, this gas is almost gone in the bottom middle, so if he can't expand, if he can't take that top right main before it fully mines out, like, where's he going to get money from? Like, the other main is almost mined out, but where all the harassment came in, he's still not been mining that side of the minerals, so they're still there.
This game is so crazy. What are we at? 35 minutes in. Damn, I did not expect this to go the distance, but how epic an ace match is this?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like, you don't often get to see games this long in TVP, especially games that aren't... Like, this game has been super close. It's been, like, on a knife edge the whole time. Like, it's not like it's been a long game because one person just wouldn't die. Like, they're both taking so much damage, and they're both still hanging on just barely, and ABC is finally in a position where I think he's going to win. But look at this, Kyrie finding damage again, getting more probes.
Damn, how does he do it? How kicks? Doesn't make any sense. So he's going to kill almost every single probe up here. That's crazy. Crazy kicks. But in the end, is protecting the 6 o'clock base good enough?
It's gonna have to be good enough for now. Like, I mean, ABC has thrown away so many units to recalls. Like, maybe if Kyrie, like, takes in a couple of bad recalls, suddenly he has a ton of tanks again, and he's got a big army, and he can go and kill the other bases. But I mean, ABC isn't really mining that much. He's down to 1 base with this Nexus up here. His other natural is completely mined out. Kyrie could actually still opt to take this island base again if he wants to build a dropship, but he's just dirt poor. And more vultures coming up.
Wow, are we gonna get just everything this game? This is crazy. These vultures are actually, like, not winning Kyrie the game, but they're doing pretty well. So yeah, Protoss does still have a couple bases mining. Kyrie really only has one, so I think, you know, obviously ABC is still in a very strong position. My problem is, like, Kyrie hasn't really rebuilt his army. I mean, he has, like, a little bit of it, but this is, like, the light version of the Terran army. So.
Yeah.
EMP, where are we going? EMP. Oh, he misses the, oh no, he got it. Wow, EMP is so good.
Yeah, and he also got a good number of the Dragoons there as well, so they're not going to be able to push in. And look at this, more Vultures heading up to the top middle. Kyrie senses weakness. He knows there's not much there to defend. And I thought that was a load of probes heading over there, but it's actually Zealots. But I mean, he's going to get into this main, and there's barely anything up here. Oh, he could even kill the Nexus, I think. Oh, looks like we did have a push down on that bottom left. Another EMP going down on that Arbiter just to make sure it definitely can't recall him. Losing that CC is actually a pretty big deal. But the Vultures in the top right did manage to kill a load of stuff. Looks like ABC is going to try and double expand by killing both Doc Holiday and Nyoken. So rip to both of them.
Wow. Kyrie's actually only mining gas with one SCV, and he has like 3 idle SCVs down at the southern 6 o'clock location. So that's maybe something that he could do a little bit more of. But I think more of the problem is him spending his resources. His macro is actually not killing it. 110 versus 175. Yeah, I think got some ground to make up.
I think the trouble is he's trying to build tanks, because tanks are going to be the big strong part of this army. But as he's not mining fully from his gas, like, you can't afford to. So in a way, it's almost like a hedge fund, because he's not spending it now, but he's waiting until he actually needs it. And I mean, it is 200 supply against 100 now, but that's a fight 3-3 Terran mech can win. Oh,
I'm always a believer. If there are mech units in the game, the Terran player can do it. That's my thought. But eventually this bottom base is gonna mine out. Like, it's not gonna last forever. And then where do you go? Back to the island? Maybe. But then you just get recalled again.
Yeah, and he can't afford dropships either, so we are going to see him push forward into the middle. A lot of this army has been EMP'd, but just look at the size of ABC's army now. He's got triple or maybe quadruple the amount of Dragoons than there are tanks, so unless Kyrie gets like the perfect engage here, I think ABC has finally done it.
I mean, he's going to catch the Terran army moving out in the middle of the map. Siege comes through, so obviously you do not want to fight into that. Do we have any stasis? I don't think so. So, yeah, probably not. A scan on this army, or actually I guess he doesn't need to. Just kills 2 more speed observers for free.
Wait, where's the... Okay, there's a single Arbiter, and it's just got enough for stasis, so there could be a big stasis here. It's going to be difficult. Kyrie has been really on point with his vessel energy, and he's slowly pushing towards this top right. If he can maybe take that, he's still in with a shot, but he needs to get there soon, and he needs to make sure he doesn't get... Oh, EMP!
Well, that's not a great way to start the fight. Nice job taking out the Arbiter, but in the end of the day, and there's nothing to stop the Zealots. There's no mines, there's no Vultures. Finally, the Vultures coming in, but maybe a little bit too late. Actually,
wow,
they clean
that's
up the
a lot
Zealots.
of tanks.
The tank line's pretty deep. 3-2 mech. How good is that, Kix?
It's very good. So much blue goo. That was a perfect siege line as well.
What?
Oh my god, recall down in the bottom middle. There's an EMP going down on the Dragoons, but I think this could be it. But
yeah.
I've said that so many times, I think it's lost its meaning in my head, but he's going to move his tanks back to secure this mineral only, but he's not mining gas again, and this CC is going to go down.
I mean, that CC going down is not the worst thing in the world, because he's mining obviously right above it. He just needs to kill these Protoss units, because if he kills these Protoss units, then he's kind of secured that half of the map for himself again. But yeah, gas is going to be the struggle. Although I will say he has gas geysers in the main are depleted, but there's 2 of them, so you're getting a little bit there. And you might be able to distance mine the last 900 gas there, just saying.
I think this could be the big mistake. He's pushed forward with all of his tanks. They're all going to go down to the Zealots. And when you lose those final units, when you've got no more mining, and when there's Dragoons go, oh my god, the mines! Oh! god, those mines were so good.
What? Oh my god. How this game, I think yeah, it is finally about to be over, Kicks, but what a game. What a slugfest. Holy cow.
Oh man, mines are so good, but mine's gonna keep you alive so long. Kyrie is down 100 supply, and there's a huge Protoss army heading towards him. He's completely out of mines. All he's able to build now is vultures, because he has no gas, and he's still holding on? No way. He's, oh my god, EMP on the army again. Like, the EMPs to whittle down these shields has been so good. But I think this is finally going to be it. It has to be.
You say that, Kicks. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, Kicks. We're still in the... Okay, yeah. No, this is definitely it.
Yeah, he can't defend his main anymore, and as soon as the factories go down, that's GG. I mean, we've got him trying to take...
Float to the corners.
Float to the island now, actually, because if he can get some units there, you never know. He's got his CC over there now. Another EMP on the actual army, which is going to make the mines a little bit stronger. He's repairing his single vultures at the top of the ramp. I mean, all he's got is minerals, so...
Kyrie is doing the utmost, for sure. More mines at the expand... yeah, no. Wow, Kyrie recognized he was dead this game, but what a crazy game. That was 50 minutes, or 40, almost 45 minutes.
Yep.
What a game.
It's not often you see games that are that long, but man, we finally got to the end of it. Such a slugfest, back and forth the whole way through the game. The amount of times that ABC looked like he was just going to win, and then he didn't. And then Kyrie stayed alive a little bit longer. Then he suddenly built up a massive army again, and suddenly ABC looked like he was on the back foot, but that was a really well played game by ABC at the end of the day. And Kyrie, to be fair.
Yep. Hashtag nice for nice. Good job by ABC there at the end. I definitely thought both players were dead, back and forth and back and forth. Like, Kyrie was getting the sickest army trades there. He was so dead, he had like 50 less army supply. He's killing with mines, tanks, so good. That was fantastic. So congratulations to